Welcome to day 16 of my WPT coverage, as well as all things Vegas poker in December. I'm Sherry Pluskota, and I'm happy you are joining me live or listening at a future time. I appreciate you and thank you. Hey, Brandon, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Appreciate you.
Did
Uh,
Donna make it out of Vegas yet?
yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Absolutely happy to say she's on her flight. God bless her.
Okay.
Um,
Good.
Yeah, for sure. Many thanks to my sponsor, Elevated Results. If you need to lose weight or gain weight, Elevated Results will design that plan for you. Check them out on Twitter or on their site at elevatedresultspt.com. Reminder, you can find the recordings of my past spaces on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. Please subscribe. Just a side note for a minute, on Friday, um, I'm going to do a slightly earlier space for my afternoon space. The morning space will be at the same time, but we'll do a 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific time. And I'll be happy to, I'm happy I'll have a co host of Brad Nasser who will join me, and hopefully Donna will agree to join me too as a co host. I don't always assume, I always ask people. And so hopefully she'll join us too. And we're going to chat with Josh Godin. I think it's Gindon. And he is a club WPT streamer. And of course, he made the final table of the WPT free roll. If you were following along on Brad Nestor's Twitter account, you would have seen him railing Josh last week in Vegas. So happy Josh will be joining us. And some of you may remember him. He came to my first official meetup game at the Aria last December. So some of you may remember meeting Josh at that first meetup game. So excited to be joined by him and Brad on Friday. So looking forward to that for sure. Let's go over what's going on in town in case there's some folks that are trying to still make up their mind what tournaments they're going to play in Vegas today. So at 11 o'clock at the Aria is the Aria Series event. It is an $800 mystery bounty, 100K guarantee, 30K starting stack with 30-minute blinds. Over at the Orleans today at 11:05 is the Monster Stack, $300 buy-in, 30K guarantee, 30K starting stack, 30-minute blinds. At 4:05 at the Orleans is a horse with an H horse tournament. It's a $240 buy-in, 10K guarantee with a 25K starting stack, 20-minute blinds. At 6:05 at the Orleans is a no limit bounty, $200 buy-in, 15K guarantee, 25K starting stack, 20-minute blinds. Over at the Venetian today is at 11:10 a.m. Event 47 is $1,100 deep stack tournament, 500K guarantee, 40K starting stack, 40-minute blinds. At 6:10 p.m. at the Venetian is event number 52, a $200 buy-in, and it is a bounty tournament, 10K guarantee, 25K starting stack, 30-minute blinds, and the bounties are $50 each. Over at the Horseshoe today at 9 a.m. is their $100 no limit, 1K guarantee, 20K starting stack, 15-minute blinds. At 11 o'clock at the Horseshoe is a $160 no limit tournament, $1,500 guarantee, 20K starting stack, 20-minute blinds. At 2 p.m. is their $100 no limit, 1K guarantee, 20K starting stack, 15-minute blinds. At 5 p.m., they have that same $100 tournament. And then at 8 p.m., they have a $160 no limit, $1,500 guarantee, 20K starting stack, 20-minute blinds, all of those taking place at the Horseshoe Vegas today. Over at South Point is their 10:05 a.m. $100 tournament, $7,500 guarantee, 20K starting stack, 20-minute blinds. At 2:05 is a $100 buy-in, 3K guarantee, 20K starting stack, 15-minute blinds, and that is a Chip Chop Survivor tournament at 2:05 at South Point. At 6:05 p.m. is the $200, $1,500 $1,500 guarantee, 30-minute. No, let me go back. 30K starting stack, 20-minute blinds at 10:05 p.m. is a $100 turbo bounty. 2K guarantee, 20K starting stack, 15-minute blinds, and the bounties are $25 each. And that is over at South Point today. Let's look at the WPT and what's going on over there. At 11 o'clock is event number 27, which is the seniors event, $1,100 buy-in, 30K starting stack, 40-minute blinds, $500,000 guarantee, and that is a 2-day event for the seniors. At 12 p.m. at the Win is day 3 of the World Championship. At 12 p.m. is event number 28, a 3K no limit, day 1A, and that is a $3 million guarantee, 30K starting stack with 40-minute blinds. Also at 12 p.m. is event number 29 over at the Win WPT. That is a $600 no limit, 50K guarantee, 25K starting stack, 30-minute blinds. At 1 p.m. over at the Win, event number 30 will kick off. It is the $25,800 Alpha 8 tournament, 200,000 starting stack, 40-minute blinds. If you get there early and register, you get a $400 discount. That is a 2-day event over at the WPT at the Win. At 1 p.m. is event number 31, $1,100 PLO 8 tournament, 100K guarantee, 25K starting stack, 30-minute blinds. At 7 p.m. is the $400 Milestone Satellite, 20 seats guarantee, 20K starting stack, 20-minute blinds. So that's what's going around town in Vegas. So, Brandon, let's get back to your question. You asked me if Donna was flying today. Indeed, she made her flight. For those that may not know, Donna was supposed to fly home the same day I did, which was Monday. And when she got up that morning and was going to check into her flight, she got noticed that her flight had been changed to Tuesday night. So, of course, a little nerve wracking. Luckily, I had my room booked through Tuesday, so she was able to stay through Tuesday in my room for no charge. And then on Tuesday, she hung out with friends and at the WPT. Some friends allowed her to go in their room and just hang out, or she, was tooling around, being the godmother of poker and seeing some folks and taking some pictures and having some fun. And again, when she went to go check into her flight for Wednesday, she found out that her flight had been canceled. I'm sorry. Yeah, for Tuesday. I'm getting my days mixed up. When she went to check in for her flight on Tuesday, um, she had been bumped again to Wednesday. Well, it was a little unnerving for her, understandably, and she called the airline, and it wasn't going to be until like Tuesday or Wednesday night in like I think it was 9 or 8 o'clock at night or something. So she called the airlines and they were able to accommodate her on an earlier flight. So she took off at like 3 o'clock Vegas time in the morning this morning and sent me a message that the doors are closed, and it's true. And she's definitely on a flight, and she's definitely happy to be going home to her kids. So there you go, Brandon.
I was so worried about her being by herself.
Well, and the thing about it is both of us know so many people that it was more so of her just being a little anxious about the situation than us not being able to take care of her. I have several friends that live there, and of course, we have both of us have several friends that are visiting, and so that part of it was okay. It was just, when am I going to get home? Christmas holidays, the flights are all booked up, and you know, canceling 2 flights in a row. I don't know. I've never flown Virgin Airlines, so I don't know if that's a normal thing for them or not. But, to me, I'm like, wow, that's a lot for them to, during Christmas season, cancel 2 flights.
There was something going on, like weather related, or
Well, the first day we definitely thought it was weather related. She got some word from folks back home, and she was like, "Okay, it's weather related. It's okay, no problem, right?" Then the second time, we're like, "Okay, what's really going on here?" Um, rightfully so. So anyway, good news is she's on a flight, and she's excited to be on the flight. Because her kid, she's got, her son is still a young teenager, 16. So you got to make sure he's taken care of and can get to school. So, anyway, she's gone home.
Well,
Um, Bittersweet.
that's good.
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy she's going home because I know she was just a little bit anxious about all that crap that was going on. So, definitely glad she's on that plane. I know she's probably passed out. But it's okay. And it's a 10-hour flight, so she has plenty of time to nap, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So, well, I want to talk about a couple of things. First of all, Best Bet Jacksonville, Florida, their Jacksonville site, because they have 3 rooms there. So I want to make sure everybody knows that it's the Best Bet room at Jacksonville, Florida. They're right in the midst of their 12 Days of Christmas promotion. Many of you have heard of me talk about it before. It started on the 12th of December. And on the 12th of December, high hands were $1,200 per hour from, I want to say it is from 2 p.m. until midnight, is when I think it is. You guys can double check that. And then on the 13th of December, it's $1,300 an hour. And on the 14th of December, it's $1,500 an hour. So it goes and goes and goes, right, for 12 days. Well, today is $1,800 per hour. So if you can get to Best Bet, you can play for $1,800 per hour high hands. And I will tell you that at the 6 p.m. hour, the winner of the high hand during the 6 p.m. hour is going to win a card player cruise, which is pretty cool. That's with Linda Johnson and Jan Fisher and the gang. They do a great job of hosting poker and card player cruises, right? So anybody that's near Best Bet, I highly recommend you get there to play for high hands. Again, today it's $1,800 an hour per high hand. Tomorrow it'll be $1,900. The next day, $2,000 per high hand, all the way to $2,400 per high hand. So get there if you can, people. Also, wanted to note that the Win Signature Series will start January 6th through January 20th, highlighted by a $1,100 mystery bounty tournament with a $500,000 guarantee. That's again the Win Signature Series, January 6th through the 20th. During that time frame, January 13th through the 20th will be a heavy concentration of mixed games. So I'm sure they're going to release that full schedule here soon if they haven't already done it this morning. I haven't checked, but that is something to look forward to at the Win in January. Wanted to also make note. First of all, I want to ask: does anybody know is Barry Levy okay? Somebody sent me a screenshot. Somebody mentioning he's not feeling well. If anybody's got details, could you text me? Is he okay, or what's going on?
Barry's fine as far as I know. He ran a space last night.
Okay. All right. Very good. I was a little worried this morning. I went to bed early. No surprises there. I went to bed early last night, and
Yeah, that's what old people do, right?
hell yeah, they do, especially after being in Vegas for a week and traveling for 5 weeks. I'll probably go take a nap here shortly and go to bed early again tonight. That's, how I roll. I wanted to make mention about Jim Reed with Rec Poker. You may remember him. He came to the ARIA meetup game last year, and he runs Rec Poker. He donated some premium memberships for us to give away this year at the meetup game, and we did a drawing for those 3-month memberships, And I just want to give him a little shout out. He held a silent auction to raise money for the food bank. And so I did bid on something and I won Clayton Fletcher's jacket that he wore during his epic run at the 2018 main event. He finished 28th. If you don't know Clayton Fletcher, he is a podcaster and he has a podcast called Tournament Poker Edge. And he's also a bit of a comedian. So, you know, I just thought it was a worthy cause. I think I ended up paying $55 for the jacket. Of course, it's to charity, so everybody wins. It's for the food bank. So shout out to Jim Reed for conducting that silent auction on behalf of the food bank. I wish I would have thought about it. I would have been blowing it up, but of course I've been busy, and that one just slipped past me. So kudos to Jim for running that and raising some money for the food bank. Um, Wanted to make mention the WSOP down in the Bahamas, that $50 million guarantee has 36 moving on to day 4. Going on to that, and they're going to play down to the final table. And the last female standing, who I couldn't remember her name yesterday, was Liv Boris. So congrats to Liv for making it to day 4. 36 left. Go ahead, Brandon.
I just didn't know if you covered everybody was gonna say everybody was saying it's gonna be a $10 million, $12 million overlay, and it wound up being what, $500,000.
Well, we talked about it a bit yesterday. ASG, if you found out anything else about it, I appreciate you coming and speaking to us about it. We were kind of talking about it yesterday, and the fact that there were some details and there was like mixed details, and which ended up being what really happened. I'm not really sure. I was hoping maybe Kevin Mathers would stop by today and fill me in and fill us in with exactly what took place, but there were several conflicting stories. Um, and I don't know. I actually have no idea um, how they worked it out or what they did. But they're going to play down to the final table today, that's for sure.
I also have no idea, but I know for a fact it was only a $500,000 overlay.
Well, and there seems to be some talk about that when they released the initial $10 million overlay, video by Jamie, that they hadn't included the online stuff, winners, whatever. Um, and then, that's what brought it back to only a $500,000 deficit, so to speak, because then they added those numbers in. And, you know, so I don't know. There's a lot of gray area there, and I certainly don't know about it. So, anyway, I would have loved for Kevin to stop by and explain to us, the details on that for sure, so we can get the right details out to everybody, because there is a bit of confusion. So, anyway, moving right along, because I don't have any new details on that. I'm going to talk about some of the winners around town. The WPT Big O winner was Anthony Arvidson. So congrats to Anthony on the win and taking home over $56,000. So congrats, buddy. Also, congrats to Zachary Fisher, who took down the BetMGM Aria Poker Open event number 11, which was the $1,100 mystery bounty. Zach beat 420 others to take home over $45,000 plus his 44,000 in bounties for a total of $90,424 for his Zach efforts. So congrats to Zach. The WPT World Championship again is going into day 3. There are 299 out of the initial 2,392 entries. Moving on to day 3. Chip leader Malcolm Trainer has 3.2 million. ODB David Baker has 2.8 million. Right now, everybody's guaranteed $19,600, and first is going to get 3.1 million for first place. A little shout out to a friend, Preston McEwen. He's a WSOP circuit crusher. He has 1.5 million in chips, and Matthew Higgins is another WSOP, and both of them do a lot of run good tournaments, and both of them are crushers. Matthew Higgins and Preston McEwen. I'm sorry, Matthew has 1.4 million, and Space is regular, and a friend of mine, Biloxi Bomber. Um, Chris Conrad has 800,000 in his chip stack, and I think I have a little piece of him on Poker Stakes, if my memory serves me correctly. And then the underdog and the bottom of chip stack sizes is Michael Lehey, and he has 10,000 in chips. So I hope you run good today, Michael. I always root for the underdog, so good luck to you, buddy. Congratulations to Patrick Quinn, who won the $1,100 no limit WPT event and took home $65,000. And there were 456 entries. Also, congratulations to Steve Buell for taking fourth place in the Venetian event number 38, $800 ultimate stack tournament, winning over 43,000. So, congrats to him. And also, congrats to Bernardo, I think it's Crespo, for taking down the WPT $1,600 Turbo Bounty Tournament for over 42,000 plus 5,500 in bounties. So congratulations to Bernardo. So those are some of the winners around town. Again, if I miss somebody and you know of somebody or have a friend, please feel free to come up and let us know. We always want to cheer on anybody and everybody. So, hey, Isaac, how are you?
I am good. I am good. How are you, Sherry? How's
I'm
everything
doing
going this
great.
evening?
Thank you. I'm doing great. Feeling a lot better. I got a pretty good night's rest last night, so feeling a lot better as far as that's concerned. I just have to
I
be,
hear you. I needed at least like a day to recover when I got back myself.
dude. I'm telling you, I still feel rough today. Honestly, I still feel rough, but we just keep muddling along, as they say.
No kidding, right? And you know what? Honestly, I think you went harder than I did.
Ah,
I
well,
no, for real. I was like, yo, yeah,
Oh,
because I
what?
had to
Okay.
sleep. Oh
dude,
my goodness, the
I'm
drive
gonna
back
tell
was
you so.
so.
When I told my kids, I felt bad for you guys because you had to drive. And you guys had a short trip and you guys packed in a lot to it. And I told my kids I think I packed in a month worth of shit in the 6 or 7 days I was there. Because literally, like, if you think about it, the first day we were there, we went to the Hall of Fame luncheon, went to play a tournament at Westgate, then went on out to eat, went to on a helicopter ride. That was the first day. The second day was the meetup game. Then we went to South Point to play the 10 p.m. tournament. And I switched hotels in there and went to dinner. Then the next day, which was Friday, and we're doing the morning show, so to speak, the space. And Friday, I think we got home at like 4:30 in the morning Friday morning, did the morning space, and we conked out Friday afternoon. We did. We took like a 3, 4, I don't know, it might have been a 5 hour nap Friday afternoon. And then Friday night we went out for dinner, and then we went to karaoke. We went to dinner. Yeah, that was Friday. And then we not karaoke. Yeah, we did karaoke Friday. Yep. Went to karaoke on Friday. I didn't go to karaoke. I went to sleep because I was playing the ladies tournament the next day. So Donna went to karaoke Friday night. Then on Saturday, what did we do Saturday? Oh, I played the ladies event. I think I played 12 and a half hours. Then we went, what did we do after that? I think we just did some casino stuff after that. I can't remember what we did Saturday night. And then Sunday, we chilled and we were starting to pack because had to start getting ready to go back. And then Sunday night, Brian was gracious enough to cook dinner for us, and so did Joe, and it was delicious. And then we went to karaoke, and again, I think we got home at like 3 or 4 in the morning on that night. So yeah, we were
Push
busy.
it to
I
the limit. Yeah, push it to the limit is definitely the phrase for that. What did Joe cook, by the way? I was curious, and where did y'all cook at?
Okay, so I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, even though it has been let out of the bag. I'll send you a DM because it's not my announcement. It's Brian's
Oh
stuff.
no, no, no worries, no worries.
Uh,
Handle.
yeah,
All good,
but
all
Joe
good.
made us. It was a copy recipe, I believe, from the potato soup from Olive Garden, which he tried to teach me the name
Ooh,
of it, but I don't remember the name of it. You know, I'm
I,
horrible with names.
I
But
think it's zuppa
So,
toscana.
it was delicious. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's
Oh,
really good.
it was fantastic. And Brian,
what did you say, Isaac?
can you hear him, Brandon?
Yeah, no, I was wondering what he called it.
Oh, please say the name again, Isaac.
Zuppa toscana, which is basically means the Tuscan soup.
Yes, that's it.
Yes,
That's it.
yes,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah, it's like
Yes.
sausage,
Oh
potato,
my
and oh yeah, it's
spinach.
really
It
good.
was
That's one
oh
of
my
my
god.
favorites when I go to Olive Garden.
It
That
was
definitely.
fantastic. It was fantastic. And then Brian made us tamales and tacos and nachos. Fantastic. I mean, it was such a great dinner, and I was telling them, because we've been eating out and scarfing fast food, not fast foods. I don't think we did other than White Castles one night. Oh yeah, that was fun taking a taxi through White Castles. But anyway,
Did you get did you
uh,
get In and Out?
and we did
What
In
White
and Out
Castle
one
did you
night.
go to?
The
Hold on.
one,
What White Castle did you go
it
to?
was terrible. First of
You
all,
went to
we
the one inside of Vegas, right?
know over on Paradise.
Okay. I, I've learned this. This is a White Castle hack. Go to the Terribles off the 15, heading towards the state line. They're the best White Castle
Well,
on the
if I
West
had
Coast.
a car, yeah, I'm in a
Yeah,
taxi.
yeah,
And let me
yeah.
tell you, I'm thinking,
That's probably $100 to go there.
well, and no, it wasn't, but it did add $10 to the ride. The bad thing about it is I'm like, okay, we could do White Castles. It was after karaoke. So it was like 2 in the morning, three. I don't even know what time it was. And so I'm thinking, okay, we could just go through the drive through, no big deal. We get there and the drive through is closed because some driver ran into part of the building going through the drive through earlier that night. So they had to shut it down. So I had to go in. And when I tell you, I don't know who knows what about White Castles, but growing up, one of the marketing ploys about White Castles was how fast they cooked the burgers. They made the boxes, stuffed the boxes with the burgers into the bag. It was about time. Like this was a timed event at a White Castles. And they actually had like competitions about who could cook and package White Castle burgers the fastest in the nation or whatever. Okay. So it was always a speedy, fast service at White Castles. Well, let me tell you, I could have been dead and buried for 20 years before I got my damn burgers that night. Literally took me almost a half an hour to get
Yeah,
8 burgers, 2 Cokes, and 2 fries.
just so disappointing for real. I hear you. I've been to the one in Paradise. I don't like that one. I feel like it's just they just don't care.
They
And for
don't
some
care.
reason, the one at the Terribles, the reason I like it is because they they're not super fast. I'm not gonna act like they're super fast, but they're
Right.
fast enough where I don't want to complain. And the burgers are always like so neat.
Well,
Everything is so much cleaner,
I asked for,
way better.
spicy mustard. He's like, "Oh, I'll have to go back in the back to see if we have any." What the fuck?
Yeah, I
What?
hate those kind of answers.
Well, I was like, "No, I have a cab waiting. I've already waited long enough for these. Never mind. Just give me the burgers." And then I get in the car and I take one out, and the bun is hard because they've been on the grill so fucking long. I was so pissed. I was livid. I should have
Ugh.
just walked over to the one that's in that little I don't know what the name of it is. It's something Palace or other that's next to Harrah's. There's a little casino between
Oh,
Harrah's
you're so right.
and the Venetian. I should have just walked over there, but honestly, it was 2, 3 in the morning. I just wanted a quick fix. We were hungry, and that did not
Yeah,
work out.
I hear you. I hear you. You know, it's funny. Because of, as I called it, Shit Kicker Fest, the rodeo.
Yeah.
Um, man, they fucked everything up for us. We were trying to go to the steakhouse at South Point. That shit was like a 3 hour wait, right? And they told us, oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
there's a seat open at 11 p.m. I'm like, 11 p.m., fam? I'm trying to play the 10 p.m. And yeah, we couldn't do that. And then they're like, oh, Don Vito's next door is serving our menu, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody wants steak. Go to Don Vito's, and they're like, yeah, probably not gonna get in tonight. And I was just like, God damn it. I was wearing the hat I won at the meetup game. Um,
Thanks,
so
Jeff, with the two F's. Yes.
yes. And it was funny because I was like, God damn it, if I had a cowboy hat, would we have gotten in faster? I don't know. But either way though, sea of cowboy hats.
Hell yeah.
But because Exec Deck won that gift certificate, we ended up going to the Mexican restaurant upstairs. It was the only place that we can get a seat in time
To come
and
play.
still make the game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we did that, and that was, when you want something and you don't get what you want, and you have something else, it never lives up unless it's like an extraordinary like upgrade, right?
Oh, I
So
agree.
we
I
wanted
went over
steak so
to
bad.
I wanted at the Cafe Coronado, I wanted a chicken schnitzel. Well, they used to have it there. That's at South Point. They used to have it there 7 days a week, and last year they changed it to only having it on Mondays. So on Monday, I we went over to the South Point so I could have it chicken schnitzel for lunch before I go to the airport. They no longer have it. I was so pissed. I was like, "Oh, are you kidding me
They
right
don't
now?"
even have it anymore.
Never.
That's it. No,
Yep. No more.
what?
Yeah. No more.
See, that's trash.
No more. I was so mad. I was like, what the hell? I came over here purposely before my airport run to have it. So, yeah, I was really kind of disappointed in that.
Isaac, I know you weren't trying to make the 10 p.m. South Point game, right?
Yeah, he came to play with us. Yeah.
Oh, I just thought that when he saw that you were a winner, like he would just avoid you because how good you are.
Oh, God. Well, thank you for those kind words. But he was there that night on the final table with me.
Oh, okay. Was he one of the one that chopped?
Unfortunately, not. What did you go out at, Isaac? Eighth, maybe?
11th.
11th. Oh, so it was right before. Oh, so you were at my table before we went to the final. I misspoke. Sorry, bud.
No,
I
I'm
didn't
not
mean to
gonna lie,
rub
it
it
was
in.
tilting.
Sorry.
That guy next to you was such a jackass. I was waiting to catch him, and of course,
No, I was still here in California.
this is true. This other guy was a jackass too.
Oh, different jackass. Okay.
Definitely a different jackass.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, what I think is, I think dude was tilted, right? He came over. Okay, thank you. He came over tilted from WPT. He went out or something like that. So he was
Oh,
already like in a shit mood, right? And dude wasn't too bad. He was playing a little donkish. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it was what it was. What was the most tilting for me was that, you know, I had a decent stack. I got caught with Donk Boy, who had the 7 chain on, right? Who decides to play with some bullshit, but he
yeah,
got the flush.
yeah,
All right, so I got
yeah.
I got cracked there, and then whatever. I build back a little bit. I got a cool little stack, and then yeah, asshole on the left ends up getting me with the hand I got him with,
Oh
probably
God.
like 10 or 20 hands prior, right? Like I see an ace and I'm like, to hell with it, let's go. I think I'm gonna have like 2 pair, and this dude has the other two and gets me with the set of twos. So pretty shitty, right?
Well,
Because obviously we wanted to bink that, but I
yes.
got close. Whatever.
Well, and I when I got moved to that table, of course, there was a lot of history I didn't know between all of you, and Yeah, so I was like, what has been going on over here? Because there were some major, you could tell people were like a little bit on tilt, a little bit on edge with each other. And, I just, this guy
Yeah,
was,
I think it got too disrespectful.
it did.
I think
I
some
think
people
it
were
did.
just a little too disrespectful.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Uh,
And that's kind of where I
Shit, I didn't
walked
mean to
into
bring up
it.
bad vibes. I'm sorry.
yeah, like I think what happened was that the dude next to me on the left, he he was just getting at certain people. I think he actually took out a few people,
Right. And
right?
yeah,
So I'm
yeah,
sure that has something to play with it. The guy with the 7 chain, he came with Mac from their table, right?
yeah.
And some other dude was there too. And it's just I don't know. I guess that at the same time, I know the guy with the 7 chain. I was told that he's like a super regular,
Yeah, and and he
right?
was really like when we got to the final table, he was really nice.
Yeah. So I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a something or something, but I guess some people just don't mesh. So
And I'm going to tell you, his
it
cousin
was.
got moved to our table, and I've played with the two of them before. And his cousin, they're both regulars there. And once we got into the money, they were like, "Look, this is what we do here at the South Point. Do you guys want to do it?" And basically, what they say is when we, because they don't allow chops outside of the money anymore. They used to. He goes, basically, once we get in the money, we just chop evenly. It doesn't matter what the chip stack sizes look like. And I'm going to tell you, he had the biggest chip stack. So he could have done an ICM chop and gotten more than all of us did. And he said, no, we just believe in, we all made it to the money. Let's chop it evenly. We all paid $100, but we're going to walk away with $600. He's like, that's how we do it here at South Point. And of course, the short stacks are like, hell yes. And, I was a mid stack. I was like, I'm fine with that. I have no problem. It was already 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, yeah, I'm good with that. We can all go home, right? I'm up
What
$502.
happened, Cherry? What happened to hashtag Team No Chop?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Believe me, I was like, oh man. But I think those last 4 spots, right, from where I was down to
Right.
7, I
Oh,
low down,
Isaac,
right?
sorry, you
So
cut
it
out.
was one of those. I don't think with my stack it would have been. I'd have had to have caught some really good ones to get to 7.
Yeah. Yeah, you needed some more in your stack for sure. And I just I was winning hands at the right time.
Like
I'm going to
after I
be honest with you. Isaac, we're losing you, buddy. Brandon, what did you say?
Cherry, no love for. I said hashtag Team No Chop. No love for
Oh,
that.
I'm of the firm belief that I have to evaluate each situation and decide if I'm doing a chop depending on the situation. So sometimes I'm a definitely a no
Sherry,
chop person, and there's other times that I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Let's chop.
I'm I'm
Oh no,
completely just
no,
kidding
no,
with
it's
you.
okay because some people do want to.
Cause I'll
That's not a problem.
if I were to ever make it that far in a tournament, I'd chop all the time.
At that point, you're like, well, it's whatever time in the morning, and you know, I'm midway in chip stack sizes, so I was still sitting pretty. I could probably still finish in the top 4 or 5, maybe even higher if I get lucky and get some more chips on my stack. And you know, but do I want to play another 2 hours? Or do I want to take a $500 profit
Well, Sherry,
and go do something else? I'm good.
you're always
Well,
sitting pretty.
thank you. Appreciate that. I
I will say this though, if there's one thing I don't ever want to do, it's bet on your big blind.
I got the Riz.
um, that shit's funny, isn't it, Isaac?
Oh, I definitely paid attention to some things. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. And yo, by the way, like Wolfie was such a fucking luck box during the meetup game. God damn, that dude. He was. I mean, at the same time, he's a great player, right?
Absolutely.
Like yo, he was hitting. Like my goodness. One guy I will say though, who came in and he really does like do the damn thing. Reno Grinder.
Oh, hell
He
yeah.
was. Yeah, like he. I even heard him say it. He was like, "I'm playing against like friends. I don't want to come here and take people's money." Like I'm pretty sure he could have gone maybe like one gear harder, and been even worse. But yo, dude was killing it. Dude was
Love
killing
it.
it. So is Necky. Necky's a hell of a player too.
Hell yeah. We got some crushers, no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, I would. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised I survived that table. When when I moved and I sat down, and the first hand they were like, "All right, we're putting up 20 chips for sunset," and I was like, "God damn it, Sherry, you moved me to the damn landmine."
Well, first of all, I'm just going to tell everybody you are at a meetup game. You do not have to stay at any table you're at. You're more than welcome to move at any time, um, for sure. Don't ever feel like you're stuck at a table at my meetup
Yeah, but I
games.
like challenges. That's my problem.
Well, and
I'm too competitive.
I'm gonna
I'm too
tell you
competitive.
something. If I was not hosting, I probably would have went over there to play at that table and have some fun with those fools. But
Yes, it was fun.
I'm
I will
just
say that.
I'm just gonna tell you I'm too distracted. There's too much going on when I'm hosting, so there's just no way I could play at that crazy table.
No, I feel you 100%. And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I had
Yo,
a great one at that table. I think I had quad nines or quad. Yeah, I
Nice.
think. Yeah, and I got I think it was Brad who I got, who was at the end at the table. I'm trying to remember who it
It
was.
was Keith.
But
Wasn't Keith at the end?
I think it was Keith
Yeah,
at the end.
Keith.
Yeah, yeah, he was at the far left of me. Yeah, over by like the two seat.
Yeah, that was
And
Keith.
yeah, man, like he had a jack, right, and the board had three nines, so he thought I was bullshitting, and like, yeah, great hand.
And you
It
had
was a great hand.
quads?
I had quads.
Nice.
So when the other nine had hit, and then he still bet, I was like, no way. But if my chip stack would have been greater, I probably would have come up a lot better. But that was a great hand. And then I'm trying to remember a couple other ones. More than anything, I think what was the most fun about that table was the way the action was happening. What I really dug was when there was a dealer change, we would do a 10 chip bomb pot, which I thought was awesome, right? Or they would try to do a PLO um, bomb pot. And, one of the dealers was like, oh, no, I can't do that. And then they were like, dude, do it. We're like, this is going to you. And
Right.
the dealers, but this one particular dealer, he was like, you guys are amazing, man. This is great. Like he was really happy. I think every single dealer who dealt us for the meetup game was in love with what was going on because there were things set up to give the dealers love, which I deeply deeply appreciate that because their job is hard, and when they're good dealers, you want them to get some kind of love.
Of course, and the thing about it is we're slowing down the game with our with our craziness, and so to give them a little bit extra tip, they don't care for slowing down the game, right? Because they're making more on what we're giving them as far as the extra stuff that we did than they would be just on a regular rake and regular tips. So every one of those dealers came up to me and spoke to me about how they were enjoying our meetup games. So it's pretty cool, honestly.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're gonna be like, "When's the next one?" Because for sure they were coming up. And mad love to Sean for putting us in there. That was really really dope.
It was
I
Christ.
yeah, I honestly I had a great goddamn time.
well, I
Like that,
appreciate that because I did too.
absolutely.
Let's see what
That
let's see what
weasel.
James has to say. James, come on. Is it? Are you? I sent you a microphone. Is it working? There you go. Hey, James. Hello, James. Let's try it again. James, can you hear me?
Hello,
There
hello,
you are.
testing.
Okay, perfect.
Hey, sorry. Check your notifications.
Oh, let me look.
Isaac, I had a question for you if you got a
For
minute.
me?
Holla at me.
No, for
What's
Isaac.
up,
Oh,
Brendan? Holla at me.
Um, how? Okay, so there's people that run other spaces that make shit up and all that. Was Wolfie really that nitty?
Nah, Wolfie is not a nit. Actually, Wolfie is a shark.
I didn't think so either.
Nah, nah, he doesn't play nitty at all. Actually, the table that we were at, there was no way in hell you could be a nit there to begin with, right? So nah. Like he's definitely not a nit. I
I
don't really think anybody
I
was at the meetup game, bro. I wasn't at the other table though, so I didn't get to the third table, right? But at least the table that I was playing on, with those dudes, no way in hell you could be a nit. And then the table I was playing at, the first table, right, with James and Sherry and everybody, and a couple people from the gang.
Best
I
table in the house.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, definitely that was good vibes on that table. It was a good game. Like the rhythm of it was cool. There wasn't no craziness, right? But I did
Sherry
enjoy the
kept
crazy
yelling at me
tables.
for winning the splash pots.
Oh, it was
Yo,
pretty
I
funny.
won like four of them. I think I won four or five of them.
Dude, I won
But
three
I
off
didn't
the
win what I
rip.
wanted. What I wanted is what you came up with. So
Yeah, dude,
congratulations on
I won
that.
three off the rip, sat one out, came back and won again. And I'm like, okay.
It was quite funny. We were giving James a hard time for sure.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, like the first two times I made it $100 before we changed the rules, and I had decent holdings. I had ace jack and pocket sixes, so I'm like, if anyone wants to gamble, I'll gamble. But then when we did the $3 luck of the draw, I think I had like jack seven and just flopped jack seven.
Just for the record, James is the reason we had to change the way we're doing this splash the pots. But I would have actually had done that to begin with had I thought about it, because I actually implemented that at Jamie Kurtzetter's meetup game. I think it was 2 years ago. During the no, maybe it was last year during the WPT. Um,
Yeah, I liked what you did because it does make it like you got a 1 in 8 chance, and then if we're giving it all to the dealer, that's like the dealers love
yeah,
that.
and if you don't want the prize, then save your $3.
Exactly. Like I didn't want the spotted dick, so I didn't put my money in
Right,
there.
right. And I think it's a win-win for
I
everybody.
want a review on the spotted dick. I haven't heard anything, so I'm gonna ask Mac because I know
Yeah,
he took
Matt
home
took
some
one.
spotted dick. So
Hopefully, it didn't
oh
kill
yeah,
man,
I
him.
took a spotted dick.
oh man,
Oh
I was
dear.
clowning the shit out of him for that one. But nah, I think the splash the pot, the way it was working was dope. You know, honestly, splash the pot actually saved me from having to rebuy because I had maybe like I said, when I got to the table, it was madness.
Right.
So I had maybe like 150. It came down to like 35. Okay, and I'm down to my last 35, and the splash the pot comes, and I go all in on Wolfie because he wanted the thing that was in splash the pot, and I win it. Right, so I was like, "Cool, that helped me stack up."
What was the prize?
It was the firefighter with the skull firefighter with the mustache.
Was
It,
it
it
the
looked like
The
T-shirt
a
or
card
the card?
protector, the
yeah,
grit.
the card
Oh yeah, the
protector.
card
Yup.
protector. Yeah,
Yeah, that was awesome.
very cool. Very cool. And for those that don't know, some are going to use it as a card protector, but it's really a challenge coin. But I thought, oh, these would make cool card protectors. So yeah, thanks for that donation. True Grit Survival.
Oh yeah.
Oh, challenge coins are nice. These
They
are
are
awesome.
Well, I am waiting for my Uber. I'm gonna go fire the $800 100K mystery booty
Let's
at the Aria.
go.
Hence the Aria swag.
Let's
Hey, good luck. Good luck.
go.
Thank you guys
Good
very
luck,
much.
James.
We'll see how it
Good
goes.
Thanks
good
for the
luck,
kind
man.
words
Appreciate it.
too, James. Appreciate it.
Why don't you just go ship it?
That would be nice.
Hell yeah.
That would be very nice. Ship it and pull at least a $5,000 bounty.
Hell
Yeah, at
yeah.
least don't be like that
Yeah.
poor guy who got the 6 zeros.
Dude, that was just
Oh,
mean.
I
That
don't
was
like
fucked
that.
up.
Like,
Who
I don't
did
like that
that? Yo,
either. Like, I get why they did that because you're gonna get that kind of moment, but that's just
I don't
sickening.
like that.
That's trolling, but for that guy, like, oh my
At
god.
least 500
Yeah.
bucks, something to be excited about before Christmas.
nah, that shit was cold. And then the the Asian girl behind
I
him
might
is
have
like,
I might have fought somebody.
she had this gotcha face. That shit was
Yeah.
so fucked up.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
it was
messed
fucked
up.
up, man. Like, if it's, I know one of the prizes was $0, but just make it a big fat zero. You know, don't 000 comma 000.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
but at the same
I
time, like,
might have
why
I
do that
literally
though?
might have fought somebody.
You know, like at the same time, I think that was kind of I mean, I get it, just like you said, for the moment, I get, but
Yeah,
honestly, for me to buy into a mystery bounty and I get that shit, I'm swinging on something. You know what I'm
It
saying?
was
Like, what the
terrible.
fuck? Like,
That's exactly.
I gotta get running,
Bye,
guys. Have
James.
a
I'm
Good
blessed
luck,
fucking
day,
buddy.
everybody.
throwing hands on.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was cold. I didn't like that at all.
Good luck, James.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm looking for Matt Savage at that point. You know what I'm
right?
saying? Like yo, bro, come on.
Oh, I'll throw down with him immediately if
All
that
right,
happened
I
to
want
me.
to address some of these comments from Bathwater for buy-ins. One is, y'all better support our last woman standing at the WSOP Super Main Event, Liv Bory. 4 tables remain, 141K locked up. Well, Bathwater, we already gave her a shout out this morning. If you would have been here on time, you would have heard it. So, there you go on that one. Uh,
Oh, Sherry, I wanted to
Wait a
bring
minute.
up
Let
one
me
thing.
finish this.
Did you see the
Time
video
out,
of
Brandon. I'm right in the middle of doing
Okay, I'm
something.
sorry.
And
Okay,
then
all
to
right.
Isaac, the second message is Isaac with the most confusing Vegas advice ever. Get in a cab and leave 600 amazing restaurants on Las Vegas Strip to ride 40 miles outside of town for a mid grade mini burger. Would you walk 40 miles, though, just for a bottle of, I don't even know, Dijon bathwater?
I'm glad to answer this right now, bro. I'm from California. More specifically, I'm from Los Angeles. Where I live, you travel 40 miles for good anything. That's because I live in a sprawl. Vegas does not have 600 amazing restaurants, and most of those, I'm not gonna go and buy whatever the hell they're selling. Now, Tacos El Gordo, that's right there on the strip, and that's a major go-to, right? But outside of that, if I want a good White Castle burger in Vegas, yes, I'm gonna travel 40 miles. Even though I'm an In-N-Out guy, if I want White Castle, I'm gonna go where it's good.
Thank you
So
very
hope that
much.
answers your question.
Thank you very
Thank you very
much. All
much.
right. And the third one is to Brandon. The WSOP didn't include the 600 online players at 25K each. There was never going to be a huge overlay, which I kind of discussed that. But thank you for telling us the exact numbers of that. Bathwater for buy ins. I appreciate that information. And Black.
I like Bathwater. Bathwater has some strong opinions, but at least they're not bullshitting.
Exactly. Uh,
So much love, Bathwater.
Absolutely. And to the black sheep, I appreciate those DMs, and hopefully next time you will not miss the meetup game. Um, and I appreciate those comments from you as well that we will keep to ourselves. Uh,
Oh, yo, and shout out to the Palms, by the way, for not charging for parking, right? Like I stayed there with Mac, and what I thought was the dopest is I parked in the casino, right, and then went upstairs and got like an earthly high, knocked the hell out, right? Woke up and was like, "Oh shit, the car." I'm already thinking my shit is gone or
oh, God
something. I'm thinking
bless.
I'm thinking the worst. I'm thinking the worst, right? I show up and my car is chilling. I was able to leave my car parked in the casino parking right there for free, by the way,
Nice.
for like what the 2 3 days that I was there with no
And
issues.
let me
So
tell you
shout out to
something.
the Palms.
What is that little casino across the street that has the huge billboard? Um,
The Gold
Yeah, you
Coast.
can take a shuttle, I think, from there to the strip if you don't want to bring your car, I think.
I have issues
Yo,
with
my
the
man
Gold
just
Coast.
said unearthly high. That's hilarious.
Yes.
But anyway, let's go back to the shuttle, just an FYI. So if you ever need to get to the strip and you're staying at the Palms, people double check the Gold Coast because I'm pretty sure there's a free shuttle to and from the strip. A lot of people that played at the Rio would take that shuttle back to their hotels on the strip. I'm pretty sure it's still a free shuttle there. So just an FYI, I'm going to welcome ASG. How are you doing?
All right, just yeah, wanted to give some extra info because it sounds like that people aren't knowing where that clip is coming from
Perfect.
with the $0 mystery bounty. That was from the free roll, so nobody had bought into anything, and the guys were at the final table,
Oh,
and so they're at the final table. He had already won, like, I gotta say, like, each person had locked up like 20,000 by that point. So if you're winning 20,000 on a free roll, they can fuck with you a little.
I
I,
don't know. I guess
Okay, see that
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 makes
that makes the
sense
whole
now.
situation different.
Yeah.
No, to me that
That
makes the whole
totally
situation
makes it
different.
different.
I still don't like it
Yeah.
Yes.
though.
So that was the free roll ASG? Shit, I had no
yeah, that
idea.
was the free roll. You could the free roll had mystery bounties after like 250 players, and then they had a special mystery bounty just for the final table with prizes of I think it was 200,000, 50,000. So the guy already pulled the
200,000.
top
Yeah.
two. No, the guy already, a different player, Daniel,
Right.
had already pulled the top two bounties before this guy went. So it was, if he was caring enough or whatever to pay attention, like, there were too many zeros for that possibly to be a prize left because there were no $100,000 prizes left in that barrel or in the briefcase
Right.
or whatever.
Right. Right.
So, and yeah, they all knew that there was 1 0 there. So, I mean, like, yeah,
Fucking amazing. Fucking
yeah,
amazing. Okay, see that now that actually made it so much better for me. I
Absolutely.
had no idea it was from the free roll. That's dope. Yo, the free roll
That
though. Congratulations
that
on
totally
that
changes
one.
everything, right?
But I still don't like the
yeah,
zero.
yeah. I think he came in second for. I think he either came in second or third. The guy who pulled the zero.
Nice.
So,
Oh, so he got a
uh,
nice cash out.
yeah,
Yeah,
He
because
got a nice
Josh,
cash
who I'm
out.
going to interview on Friday, he pulled the $100,000 bounty.
yeah. Well, he
Amazing.
pulled his 100,000 in the like big ones before it got
Yeah.
to the final
Yeah,
table
the
because
day
he
before.
didn't pull any in the final
Yep.
table. He just finished like seventh, I want to
Yep.
say.
Yep.
Uh, but yeah, his big pull was before anything was streamed or visible.
Yeah, it was the day
Hey, that's still
before.
great though. 100K pull?
Hell
Nice.
yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, very nice. Yo, you know what's crazy? Like I think I only saw Binky at the meetup game. We were trying to have her hang out because we were doing all kinds of gang activities, right? Man, she was pissed. And funny enough, her and another person from the gang, Ascension, we didn't get to link with him either. He went down there for like two big tournaments, right?
Right.
Doesn't get into either one of those, like doesn't get anywhere close, gets knocked out and
Oh.
then goes online and wins some online shit. He was so mad because he wasn't. I mean, I would be too, because high key, when I was at South Point, right? When I got knocked out, or was it the next day? No, the next day I went and exec deck went to go play something. Mac went to go play something else. I was like, you know what? I'm just playing on my phone, and I won like three tournaments. Yeah,
Love it.
you gotta love the irony. You just gotta love
Love
the
it.
irony.
Love it. Love it. How fun. Well, we had a lot of people do really well that we know, and some that didn't. And of course, it's always hard because we always have our dreams of, okay, this could be the one for ourselves, right? And so it's hard when you see somebody disappointed, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, look, in poker, and I learned this because of how many bad beats I take. It you just got to keep
Oh
playing.
yeah.
You, you just got to keep playing. And some days, yeah, some days you put a little more chips into it than you should have. Like I remember a few weeks back, I was at the Garden playing this one, right, and I was playing so good and got cracked by a shit hand, and I was like, "Fuck this, I'm going back in," right? And then I think some other shit happened, and I shot another bullet, and after that bullet, even while I'm shooting the bullet, I'm like, "Okay, this is stupid.
All right.
You should know better." Sometimes you just got to walk away,
No, I
you know.
agree. No, totally. For sure.
But it is what it is. It is what it is. I think any poker player is ultra competitive, in my
Hell
opinion.
yeah. I mean, why would we?
You
And
know,
nobody shows up to lose.
fuck no. You already know.
I'm not.
Yeah, nah, not at all. Not at all.
I
I mean, you know what? The meetup game was crazy because it was kind of a test for me. Because I wanted to see, okay, could I chip up? Because last time I did chip
right.
up, but I think last time I had to rebuy and then I chipped up. This time I was able to, whatever my buy-in was, I went pretty high and then I went hella low and then I came back up and I left pretty much even.
I love it.
To me, that's cool enough sometimes
Yeah, of course.
because,
That's a win.
you know, yeah. So.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna I'm gonna oh my god. I just was thinking about being at South Point, and I can't remember what I said to that guy sitting to your left because he was complaining about somebody raising, I think, pre-flop. And I think I said,
Yeah.
coming from somebody that has raised every pre-flop or something, and you said something which I can't remember. I just remember laughing at what you said. Because that guy was literally raising pre-flop every hand. Someone else does it, and he's complaining.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I think I know I told him some shit because your buddy was to my right.
Yeah, Curtis.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Curtis. Curtis is fucking cool, by
Oh,
the way.
he's off.
Uh, yeah. So me and Curtis, we were just like shooting the shit or whatever, and this dude, he was just overly aggressive, and Curtis was like not taking the shit at a couple of
Yeah,
times.
he don't take no
So
shit.
I felt like, yeah, I felt like there was a little friction there, but like I get it's just because dude was just on super fucking tilt,
Yeah. Now that makes
you know.
sense. See, I didn't know that then.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but hey, that's again poker. What are you gonna
Oh
do?
yeah, I just came in and did my thing, and
Did he make it to the final, by the way?
no, 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 no. I think he went
Wow.
out right after you did. I think.
No fucking way.
Yeah, no, he lost two big hands in a row. He kind of donked off his chips.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
he kind of
Yeah.
dunked off. Like he just, as a matter of fact, for one of the hands, I was like, why would he even call there? Like, there's no chance he's winning that hand there. Like,
I hear you. I think I saw a lot of that actually in that game.
right,
A couple people came at me with like some really shit bluffs, and unfortunately for them, I had either the second nuts, or I had the
right.
nuts. So I was like, okay, like, so you have the impossible hand? Fuck out of here. Like I was able to eliminate like three or four people. I think I took out like six people playing the game. So,
Love it.
eh.
Love it. Hey, Avi, welcome.
Hey Sherry, last night I started reading some conspiracy theories. Are you a pro Ellen DeGeneres space or no?
Um, I'm a pro anything until you make it not pro. So go ahead.
Just that basically that she is responsible for the death of Anne Heche.
Oh, oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's
crazy and out
amazing.
there, but I kind of want to look more into it now.
Oh, yeah. Let's change the subject. I would never.
Okay, never mind.
I would never want to accuse somebody of something like that. And you know what? If that's true, then they need to arrest her. They better get the evidence and arrest her, or shut up, because that's just not cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that has a lot to do with the fact they dated for so many years. So, I mean, hey, Anne Heche's death was really sad though. Like when it happened out here in LA, I remember like the day before, something she was in the news for something else, right? Regarding like she had a couple of outbursts before she ended up passing. It's really sad. Like really sad. Her and Brittany Murphy, the way they went out, really
Who the
sad.
hell's Brittany Murphy?
She
She
was
was a
that girl.
clueless.
Did you always see Clueless back in the
Yeah.
day? Okay, she was the girl who transformed and then kind of turned on Alicia Silverstone's character,
Oh,
and then in the end they were friends. That's Brittany Murphy.
okay.
Yeah, she passed away in a really odd way, too. LA's known for that though. LA's got
Of
some
course.
deep, dark secrets.
Well, and the thing about it is, we hear about it because it's LA. If it was somewhere else, we probably would never know the story. But Avi, I would
True.
say, is that why they're linking Ellen for leaving the United States, because she's trying to stay ahead of the law? Is that part of the conspiracy theory?
Like they're tying Anne Heche, her and pictures and P Diddy, and her leaving America. That she's trying to use Trump as an excuse, but really that the law is coming after her for those two
Wow.
things.
I would think, to me, when she was leaving, I thought it was more so because of the P. Diddy thing than anything. Um, because I feel like some of the ones that are supposedly leaving, although they've all owned property elsewhere for decades, all of a sudden they're trying to make it sound like they're leaving because of Trump, like a bunch of idiots. Um, I kind of thought, ooh, I wonder if it's because of the P Diddy thing, because I think some of them are definitely leaving because of that, to slow down the arms of justice. So anyway,
Oh yeah. I mean, the sad thing is with that whole crazy web of shit is that there's too many links.
yeah. And,
Because they're all high profile
well,
people.
and he's
So
got video. He's got video. So there's not going to be getting away from the video evidence. You know what I mean? Like, he's got video. I
facts,
mean,
facts.
ay, 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 idiots. They think they're so smart and they're so fucking stupid.
What are we even talking
They
about here?
get what they deserve. Holly
Well,
weirds.
it started out with White Castle, and
Like,
then the shit just went left.
like, and like Matt Gates doesn't exist.
Who's Matt Gates? Anyway,
Oh yeah,
anyway,
of course, yeah.
we were talking about Ellen
Anyway,
DeGeneres. She has
moving
nothing
on.
to do with Matt Gates. But go ahead, Brandon. What's your stupidity?
No, I really,
Yo,
I
you know what the
honestly, I
one
wanted to ask you
was?
if you covered the Fox v. Fox and him.
Go ahead, Abby.
The one moment that really kind of made me think, like, oh, there might be something there was that Anne Heche, like, popped up from the gurney that they were bringing her to the ambulance in. And that just basically, I mean, shock and pain and all of that, that could propel her to leap forward in the, like that. But that just basically she went into a coma after that and then ended up brain dead or something, and like because of smoke inhalation, which does make sense. She was in a like firestorm for an hour inside the building that she crashed into. But just basically, if you follow that someone um like controlled her car or made it so she could accelerate and she couldn't stop, and then that happened. I mean, I don't know, just
Was
that
she driving a Tesla?
I think she was,
So,
or maybe it was a Toyota.
so do those cars have the? Is there a capability of somebody remotely controlling them? I don't know. I'm just asking. Trust me, I have no clue. I'm not saying that's happened. I'm just asking if it's a possibility.
Yeah, and I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I have no clue for sure.
She had a blue Mini Cooper.
Are you being a smartass or is that true?
No, that's what it was.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah,
I thought you were being a
yeah.
smartass.
No, no, no. She had a blue Mini
Okay,
Cooper.
thank you for that update. Oh God, here I think you're being a smartass.
So
I was curious myself for a second because, like he said, I mean, if it's something programmable, obviously a Tesla comes to mind
Yeah, of
automatically,
course,
you know.
of course.
But then again, it's like if somebody can hack a Tesla, then we have an even deeper issue to discuss,
Well, the thing is,
right?
if you don't think they can, you better think again. Because if they can hack a multi-million-dollar website or a government website, and they're certainly going to hack Teslas. Come on,
Have you ever seen the movie Leave the World Behind?
no.
Okay, it's a recent movie. It stars Ethan Hawke, and it's a very interesting movie because in that one, like either somebody hacks all electronics or something happens that all electronics kind of start failing. And in one scene, which is fucking scary, these people arrive and there's a bunch of Teslas, right? And it's crazy because all of them are like automatically slamming into each
Uh
other.
huh.
That was some super scary shit because you're like, imagine that. Imagine all the people, especially for me out here in LA, right? One day all the Teslas just start doing crazy shit.
Well,
Everyone's screwed, you know?
well,
So, yeah.
everybody's
Great.
screwed. If you guys lose power for more than 5 days, you guys are screwed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that was the funniest shit in California
Exactly.
last
So
year
stupid.
where they're like, oh, yeah, we're so electric. And then they're telling people not to charge their
Yeah,
Teslas.
don't
That shit
like
was
how
so
stupid do you have to fucking be to live in a place that has brownout and blackouts all the time because their grid sucks? You're going to buy an electric vehicle. You have to be a fucking idiot.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Or a hipster.
No, just a plain
You know?
fucking idiot.
Yeah, yeah. If you wear flannel and look like Paul Bunyan and drive a Tesla, you probably deserve what
I know
happens.
that's right. Brandon, what you need, buddy?
Oh, I was just gonna ask Isaac if he's ever taken a one of those Ubers that doesn't have a driver, like the
I
Waymo or
see them.
whatever.
I see them all the time because I do ride sharing myself from time to time. Um, Over on the west side of LA, you see them a lot, and it's either a Jaguar or another car, and it's this one particular company. Trying to remember the name of them. But funny enough, like I see them all the time, but I don't see people in them.
I took one once in Vegas. Of course, when you order an Uber, you didn't know it was going to come a driveless one, right? But the one I
Right.
got was it was still in the testing stage, so it actually had a driver, although the driver wasn't driving. It was the fucking weirdest shit. And so at the end of the ride, he was like, "Well, what did you think?" And I looked right at him and I said, "I would never ride in a car without a driver, ever."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know that
I
one
took
right
one in
there,
San Francisco.
that's gonna be a big impact when it happens. Like, what are you gonna do with the millions of people that you've been using on your platform as drivers for years,
yeah.
right? Like, if we go full autonomous, this is one thing that I think I've been waiting to figure out or look at. Like, what exactly is the goal? It's like we go all futuristic, right? We have robots to do shit for us, cars to drive us, and all of this is happening. How do people make money?
Well, here's the thing, and I've said this for decades. When people are like, "Oh, we're going to lose jobs because of automation," blah blah blah. No, those jobs create different types of jobs. You still have to have somebody to build it, to design it, to install it, to fix it, to I mean, it just creates a different type of job.
I want to think that, right? But if we're going full automated, I mean, we're already seeing it. Smart factories exist. Ports are going on strike because of all the automation, right? Like, there's all of those things. I don't think that there's a job for every one of those things if everything is artificially intelligence
But there
based,
is. Somebody's got to
you
build the
know?
parts. Somebody's got to get the parts to whoever builds the machinery. There's a
Hmm.
factory where that's being built at. Somebody's working in that factory. Somebody's delivering the product, be it a truck driver, a train, or whatever. There are other jobs that are created in order to make that happen. So, it,
I'm
I
hoping
mean,
because if not,
just look at
they better
okay,
come out.
here's a prime example. Look at the car assembly line. Car assembly lines have been automated for decades. But guess what? We still have lots of car union workers. Automotive, I forget what it's called. What is it called? Fucking,
Right.
Teamsters
No, no,
Union.
no. I hear you. I hear you.
UAW.
yeah. So
I hear you.
So you still have to, you still have to have truck drivers to load that truck with 8 cars to drive it somewhere to drop off. You have to have somebody driving the car from the assembly line onto that truck. You have to have somebody bringing the parts to that factory that they use to build that car. Yeah, I mean, it's just you created different jobs. Same thing.
Yeah, but look at Detroit right now.
Well, that's what happens when unions demand too much money for what they're doing and they break the back of the
Wrong.
companies and wanting $100 an hour and all these benefits,
Wrong. They didn't ask for that.
8 weeks of vacation, blah blah blah. It breaks the companies that can't afford it. So yeah.
Yeah, the poor. Who will think of the poor car companies that made $1 billion last year?
Nah, I mean, honestly though, what happened to Detroit is a whole other conversation because a lot of what happened in Detroit has a lot to do with just what the economy and how decisions that were made in the 80s and 90s. I don't, because like if you watch, okay, perfect example, watch RoboCop, right? RoboCop came out late 80s, mid 80s, and already there was the whole thing about the crime and how bad it was in Detroit. You know, Washington D.C., Detroit, all those cities, they were real bad in the 80s, and I think a lot of it probably started with crack. I don't think it was because of the unions as much, even though I know the unions at some point were very, very abusive. Kind of like, oh, if it's not union, it doesn't move.
Well,
That's
it's
already
not.
been
Well,
proven to
yeah,
not
but
work.
that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to once you have a company making a big boom in a market, then the unions step up and demand more for their employees. And their employees are already making a great wage and have great benefits. A case in point, my husband was a steel worker in Chicago. Showed up to work one day and the steel mill with thousands of employees, one of the biggest steel mills in the United States, Wisconsin Steel. He showed up for work on a payday on a Friday and the doors were closed. They were in bankruptcy. Why? Well, part of the problem is okay, maybe we're having a profitable year this year, but maybe next year we're not, but we still have to meet the demands of that union. And you have guys making $50, $60 an hour and they have 10 weeks of vacation time. Companies can't sustain with those kind of benefits, and it breaks the back of the company because and every year they're demanding more. And what happens in the off years? They still have to pay what they've promised they're going to pay, and it breaks the companies. So that's what I'm talking about as far as the unions are concerned.
I see what you're saying. No, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I mean, man, the steel industry down here in Los Angeles used to be booming. Now
Exactly.
all you see down one street is all the old steel mills that no longer exist,
That's
and
right.
some of them got repurposed, but some of them have been sitting there
Exactly.
dormant for like 60 years.
And
It's
why did
crazy.
they move those steel mills and buy steel from out of the country? Because it was
Yeah.
cheaper. Why? Because they don't have unions.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? The unions have its purpose, but the
Jesus
purpose the
Christ.
purpose should not be to break the back of the company. It should be a fair benefits and wages for the employees as well as a great working environment. Not let's make, this guy screwing a screw in on an assembly line, he should be paid $100 an hour. No, that's not the purpose of a union.
That doesn't happen. Like, I don't know where you're getting this information from, but that doesn't
Well,
happen.
it did because my husband lived it at a steel mill. So he actually lived it as a union member. So that's where I get my firsthand information.
$100 an hour to screw in doesn't happen.
That is an exaggeration.
Well, I mean, you know what, Brandon?
But people
I,
knew
I
what I
want to say
meant.
that too, but there are things like that that do exist. I don't know if it's union, non-union, whatever, but there are things that exist like that. Like,
People get the point I'm making, and that is it's exorbitant pay for jobs that should be overpaid. Should be a fair wage? Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
skilled labor now is becoming such a rarity, though. At least in
10
my,
weeks of vacation? Come on. What the fuck? 1/5 of the year you're on
Okay,
vacation?
if
Come on.
if you ever look at a
Sherry don't
CBA, I
like them
think
long
there's two
vacations.
signatures on there. One is
What'd you
from
say,
labor and one is
Isaac?
from management.
What'd you say, Isaac?
I said Sherry don't like them long vacations, huh?
Look, they don't need 8 weeks. Come on, Isaac. Come on.
Oh, I know. At my
Come
best,
on.
and when I was living that kind of life, at my best, I think, and this was because I was saving up my paid time off. I
Right.
think I got up to about a month, but that took like years because every year you would get 7 days, right? So that
Right.
was what the vacation was. And I mean that think about that. Wasn't the vacation before like historically like 2 weeks,
Exactly. And
right?
then the unions were demanding more and more and more. That's
Mm,
exactly my point. Why
yeah.
Sherry,
isn't
I know
two
you're not
weeks
going to listen to me,
enough?
but what I'm saying, what I'm saying is there's two signatures in an agreement. One is labor, one is management. So if they sign off on that, then how can you complain? How can management complain then?
Okay,
They
you
signed the
done?
fucking
I heard
contracts.
you say
They
that the first time. Are you done with that? I heard you. Okay, onward ho. Hey, Joe, how are you? Hope you're doing well, my friend. We were talking about your delicious soup earlier.
And Brandon, can you get a 9 volt for that smoke detector? God damn.
hell no.
uh,
It's my shout out to Chirp Monster actually.
There you go. There you
To the
go.
chirp.
I got to meet the legend, so that was cool.
he's a big guy, isn't he?
What color was
Yeah, he's tall as shit.
what color was his hair?
Pink?
Pink.
Yeah, it was pink.
Hell
Yeah, he's
yeah.
not that big for
Hell
his
yeah. I
position.
love that dude.
What'd you say, Abby?
When I was hanging out with him, everyone was chirp size.
I'm going to tell you, Chirp is a tall guy. Like, he's a big guy.
Shit,
But
Avi's
it
tall.
was me, Chirp, Slay, Bobby, Chase. We're all the exact same size.
Oh, are you guys?
I mean, different weight, but same height.
No shit. I would
Yeah,
think
you know
that
what?
Chirp is
That
probably the
makes sense
tallest.
because when I met Avi, Avi is tall, but
Yep,
he's
obvious
not
big guy.
stocky. He's not stocky,
Yep.
right? But Chirp was definitely stocky and tall.
Avi, you
So
fucking
yeah,
Chirp
show
has
off.
had some muscle. Chirp definitely has a muscle or two.
I'm so tired of these tall people
Well, good thing you have a stool you carry around with you.
running the world.
I could not help but think of you during Jungle Man's entrance. Did anyone else think of Brandon?
I'm gonna say some real shit on here. I actually was about to do the Jungle Man Oompa Loompa thing, but I was like, nah.
I can't let that pass by. It's too funny.
That would have just been
All
one of
right,
those.
Sherry. All right.
I take it you didn't see it, Brandon.
I didn't.
Okay,
No.
well, he made a grand entrance in costume and he had some munchkins and Oompa Loompas with him.
Yeah. By the way,
Jesus Christ, I'm 5'7", Sherry. I'm not an Oompa Loompa.
But you're a munchkin, one of the munchkin people.
5'7", months. Whatever. Okay. Close enough, I guess.
Just yanking your chain. Go ahead, Avi.
so Sharp
No, I know. I
Surgeon
know.
posted on that something like, I'm so glad to see. Uh, I think he said something like someone with autism, like reaching for all their dreams or something like that. Like, I think that's what his post was, which was a little bit out there, whatever he posted. But then I went out there too and said, like, I'm just glad he went half Wolf of Wall Street and not a full Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, I didn't see. Pardon me. I didn't see Keith's post. I got the hiccup. Excuse me. I didn't see Keith's post.
Do you get what I was saying though, with half Wolf of Wall Street and not full Wolf of Wall Street?
No, I don't. I'm sorry. That went right over my head. I'm blonde for a reason.
The first scene of the movie is like a midget tossing scene, and like that's kind of what it reminded me of.
Was it starring Brandon?
All right,
Forget
Sherry.
that.
Well, at
Last
least
time I
you
help you out to when you're drunk.
Liz, yeah, Liz. At least you would still be getting paychecks from that movie if you were. It was you. I mean, there is an upside to that.
I guess.
Yeah. You guys don't forget. Besides the morning show on Friday, we're gonna do a interview. Brad Nestor is going to be my co-host that evening, and hopefully Donna, if she agrees to do it. And we're going to have WPT Club WPT streamer and free roll final table list will join us. Josh, I think it's. I want to say it's Gadon. I know you guys know I'm pronouncing that shit wrong. It is Guindon. I think it's Gadon. Is going to join us for an interview Friday at 7 o'clock Eastern time, which is a half an hour earlier than normal, which means that's 4 o'clock Vegas time. Hopefully, I'll have that shit straight in my head on Friday. So join us.
Sounds like
I hope
fun.
that's. I hope you have more shit straight in your head besides that.
Well, I make no guarantees.
Ha! Got her.
Make no guarantees. I said I'm blonde for a reason. It is what it is.
I know, Sherry. I'm just.
I know you are, honey. No worries.
I appreciate your spaces.
Well, thank you. Appreciate my listeners and those that participate, both, especially the ones in Gitmo taking notes. Like who's down there? It's probably, let's see, Omar and HBK, and oh, don't forget Scamtoria, and who else would be down there? Oh, Jordan may be down
Sherry, you're
there.
in the hate mob.
So, thank you for joining us in the Gitmo and give me some extra clicks this morning. I appreciate you.
11 listeners on like when there's like that's so funny. 7 people up here, right? But 11 people, no, 12 now in Gitmo.
Gotta love it. They're
There's
taking
conspiracy in
notes
the hate mob.
so they can create their content for the rest of the day. They should really start paying me because they use my name 1,000 times a day. Without it, they would have nothing.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe that's you giving in the spirit of Christmas, right? So
Amen. Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.
let's fucking go.
Motherfuckers. That's funny.
Oh, gotta troll the trolls, right?
Oh man, this is hilarious. No, but for real though, that just got me right there. Like seeing so much more people in Gitmo, like what the hell? But I think
Yeah.
that's the thing now, right? People like to hide, and I see this more in spaces, where like people don't want to show that they're there.
And it's really a shame because they do that. Well, first of all, the jerks out there we all know are in Gitmo, but it keeps good people in Gitmo because they don't want to be attacked by the jerks for being in someone else's space. And that's why we lose listeners in the spaces because of stupidity like that. And I'm
Yeah,
happy to say that you know what, another day, another space.
yeah, another gang of spaces. Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So Sherry, I
Yes,
looked it
love.
up. It's a French surname, and I would have thought it's Gwendon or something, but it's Ginden.
Ginden, thank you. Ginden. I'll never remember that. Avi, you just have to follow me along around the next 3 days until I interview him so you could just pronounce it for me.
I sent you a DM for some reason. There's a YouTube video that just says how to pronounce that name over and over again with like a
Let me
picture of waves.
let me tell you something. I did that yesterday. I Googled how to pronounce this name and I listened to that clip, and here I am still not remembering how to say it, which is pathetic, but I just am not good with names. It is what it is. I make no I know I'm honest about it. So there you go.
You can try to say with a
Do you
French
guys want to hear the
accent.
weirdest thing?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Avi, then Brandon.
Guindon.
Guidon.
Bonjour, Monsieur Guindon. Oui.
Bonjour, Guidon. Go ahead, Brandon.
You know that guy Jimmy New York or whatever that's challenging the the pro poker player like to a match or whatever.
Wait, say that again, honey. I misunderstood.
The the guy on Twitter like Jimmy New York whatever. He challenged the lady
Oh, Schwinn Lee.
to a
Schwinn.
yeah. It's okay. So that's the funny thing. So I asked my girlfriend. It's Sung Lee.
I thought it was Schwinn Lee. I thought when they announced
How
it
in the
on in the
look, bro?
booth. I know your girl is from there, but I'm pretty sure when they pronounce it in the booth when she's playing on a live feed, they don't pronounce it the way you just did.
Well, I just showed her the name and she said it's
Oh, and I
Song.
don't doubt that. I'm just telling
And
you.
how does the name starts with X and you're pronouncing it? It starts with S. Like
I'm just
that
telling you.
language is so weird.
I'm pretty sure on the live feeds they pronounce it as an S. I'm
Yeah,
not telling you I'm
I'm
right.
just
I'm just telling you that I'm pretty
no,
sure
no. I
that's
was just
yeah.
I
And
asked
I
her,
sure
like,
as
so I
hell
was just
don't
letting you
know
guys know, like,
how to
it's Song Lee,
Song Lee.
and I'm like, no, that's not what that says. No, come on.
Yeah, she's a lovely lady. I've spoken to her
It's
several times. She's a great young lady, and I'm not sure what the challenge is. I just saw her a tweet about it in my feed or something, and I was like, oh, okay, she's going to do a challenge, but that's about all I know.
yeah. There's some guy on Twitter that wants to challenge her for
Oh,
$20,000 heads
good
up.
for him. Go for it,
Yeah,
dude. Good for him.
Who?
Yeah,
Who's got
very
a heads
cool.
up challenge?
I have no idea.
Ah, well.
it's Xuan
Schwan?
Lee.
Sean Lee.
Schwan Lee.
Yeah, it's Swan. Yeah. See, he
Yeah,
knows.
Schwan Lee. Bro, I live in Chinatown.
Well, my girlfriend's Vietnamese,
Oh,
so
there you go.
I would I have
Yo,
no fucking
I
idea how to
love I
pronounce that
love
name. So I was
the
telling Sherry like that does not sound like Schwan, but that's what she said.
well, that's because the X makes all kinds of different noises. You know, the same thing happens with in Spanish. You know, the X actually makes an S sound.
And this is precisely why I never know how to pronounce anybody's damn name.
Yeah,
Right?
no, believe me,
Yeah,
Sherry.
I don't
Sherry,
blame you at
believe
all.
me, I understand. Whenever I'm trying to I have Indian friends, and whenever I'm trying to do some of those long names, you know what I mean, or like certain people from like the Middle East and whatnot, like that. I do my best. I do my best.
That's all I
I'm
can
sure.
do. And I'm going to tell you, there's not enough hours in my day for me to look up the pronunciation of the names when I'm doing this on a daily basis. That's why a lot of times I'll just spell them. And it's horrible, but it is what it is. I'm not getting paid
Nah,
to
you're
do
nice
this.
enough to say that you're gonna butcher
Yeah.
it though. Some people don't even do that one. You know what I mean? So it's like it's all right. It's
I'm
all
a
right.
volunteer here and I'm doing the best I can. And if somebody knows how to pronounce it correctly, please, by all means, come up and tell me how to pronounce it correctly. Because, yeah, Avi does it for me and I love that. But, it is what it is. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes I look at lists of people that are still in a tournament. And because the names are a non English name or spelling, I wonder, is that a male or is that a female? And I hate the fact that I'm probably passing over some shout outs to some female players that are still in tournaments, but there's no way for me to tell if that's a female or a male. So, what am I supposed to do?
That's actually a good point.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I hate it though. I hate that don't know every player by their first and last name personally. There's
Nah,
millions of them.
Sherry,
But
Sherry,
anyway,
Sherry. You do enough service to everybody. I I I see how many times a day you show love to every female player out there on your feed and do all of that. You do more than enough. You do
well,
more than enough.
thank you
So
for those kind words. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it. Go ahead, Avi.
So it is Juan, and because she's Chinese, she's not Vietnamese. I looked it up.
Thank you. Appreciate that. She's a
in your
delightful
face,
My
young
girl,
lady.
Brandon.
my girlfriend said that's a Vietnamese first name.
It is a Vietnamese first name, but it's also a Chinese first name.
Oh, okay. So it's pronounced the same way in Chinese and Vietnamese, like Schwan.
No,
Swing.
I think you're right. I couldn't see a pronunciation of the Vietnamese one when I looked it up right now, but it just said the Chinese one. It's a palato-alveolar fricative that's like a sh, so maybe it's more like a zh, like somewhere near there. I don't know.
Yeah, she told me it was Schwan,
Schwanley. Well,
and I'm like, I
Swing.
don't know.
I'm just going to tell you, she's a delightful young lady. Crush her on the felt. She does some
Schwang.
fun stuff for sure. So I
I
hope
played I played opposite her on the table once. Yeah, definitely no joke.
she does the heads up challenge. That'd be awesome. Love that kind of stuff. Do we know anything about the guy that's challenging her?
I I thought I thought it was interesting that he was just very like, yo, I want this match. I want it to happen. And then she's like, okay, let's make it happen. And then he's like, okay, the 22nd. Boy, that's soon. Okay, where are the hotel accommodations? What's the that part of it just seemed a little
So he wished for
maybe he has to figure out how to get $20,000. Is like my point.
so
Sounds like the troll got trolled.
so he got what he wished for and then he went, "Oh shit, I didn't think that would work out." And it did.
Fuck around and find out.
That's funny. Well, hopefully he could work it out. If he really wants to do that,
I
I hope
think
it works out for him.
I think he's at the finding out stage right now.
That's hilarious,
I
y'all.
agree. I
That's
agree.
hilarious. Well, good for
Yo,
you.
you know what? I gotta tell y'all, a video that lives in my head rent free all day, every fucking day of life since the first time I've seen it is that video of the guy who walks up to the kangaroo who looks like he's trying to kidnap a dog, and the kangaroo stands up and he fucking knocks the kangaroo on the chin. And the kangaroo's
Beats
like,
the
yo,
shit
what
out of
the
him.
fuck?
Yes. Yes.
I love that shit, yo. Because the kangaroo's face after he gets punched is
That's
like, this
hilarious, dude.
motherfucker just punched me. Like, yo.
Oh, it doesn't take much to make you happy, huh, Isaac?
I need that because life is complicated and shitty sometimes. So simple,
Amen.
fun stuff for me is great. I've always been like that though. I try to like find shit that makes me smile. For example, Rihanna went to Mariah Carey's concert. Rihanna's man got Mariah Carey to come out and sign an autograph for Rihanna. Rihanna asked Mariah Carey to sign her tit.
Ah,
That's awesome.
when did this happen?
This just happened.
Let's
It's like
go.
a viral thing right
I
now. If
That's
you
fucking love
look,
Mariah
hilarious.
Carey.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's trending on Twitter because then Rihanna grabs the mic from Mariah and says, "She's signing my tit, y'all," and then the whole crowd's going wild. This shit was awesome. Rihanna's fucking goat for that. So's Mariah.
That's hilarious. That's funny. I love it.
See, simple things.
Simple things. Amen. Simple things. Gotta love it.
I would commit a crime for Mariah Carey.
Yeah, Mariah Carey was definitely yeah. She was the one for quite some time.
Is that your hall pass, Isaac?
Nah, funny enough, my hall pass was Rihanna,
Oh,
right?
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely was Rihanna for some time. But I mean, yeah, I mean, if it was really, really a hall pass, who
God,
would
be
I
Scarlett
want?
Johansson.
Oh,
Right.
that's a good one, bro.
That's a good one.
That's a real good one. A shout out to you for that.
Mine would be Tom
Oh,
Cruise, of course.
Tom Cruise, huh? But you don't like the short kings, though, Sherry. So,
You don't like the Short Kings? Yeah, you make fun
he's
of me
like
all the time. You
five
don't like the Short
five.
Kings.
I only make fun of one short king,
Okay,
Brandon.
okay. Yo, you know
One
what's
short.
funny
You're
though?
just
Funny
shortest against
story.
me. Okay.
I'll give you a funny LA story. I was at Target in West Hollywood, right? And I'm walking down the toy aisle, and who the fuck do I see 50 feet in front of me, right? Is Mark Wahlberg. And it
What
tripped
kind of
me.
toys?
Just the toy aisle. You know how when you go to Target, the electronic and the
Oh,
toy
regular
aisles are kind of
toys.
like
Oh,
right
okay.
next to each other.
Right.
So I'm just walking down the actual aisle, the main aisle, and he's walking towards me, and I'm like, "Holy fuck, that's Mark Wahlberg! God damn, this motherfucker is short." I was like, "Yo, I'm short, and this motherfucker is short, right?" And I'm like, "Damn, bro, it just makes me think, fucking Hollywood." You know what I'm saying? Like, I for sure thought before I saw a dude right in front of me, he was taller than me,
Right. No, he's a little
right?
guy. Yeah, he's
Right?
a guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. And on the same token, right, Steph Curry from the Warriors, people be like, "Oh, he's so short, he's so short." That motherfucker's taller than me.
Nah, he's big dude.
Yeah, he's like
Yes,
6'1" or some shit like that.
he's
Like,
6'2". Yeah,
yeah, 6'6". You see what the fuck I'm saying?
I hear
Like,
you.
but you put him
6'2" is
above.
like a giant to me.
Yeah, you see a bunch of NBA players around him, though. You're like, "Oh, damn," like, nah, nah, nah.
Right, you see a guy 7 foot next to him, you're like, oh, he's short. Nah,
Oh
nah,
man,
no.
listen, I've met I met Kareem Abdul-Jabbar years ago, and he's tall as shit. I'll never
He's
forget.
like, what is he? Is he 7 foot or is he like
He's
6'10"?
close. He's up there. He's up there, and he's also super
Yeah.
cool. Because when I walked up to him, I was like, "Sir, I want nothing more than a handshake," and he was just like, "Oh, but it's all good. It's all good." And I was like, "Yo,"
Oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
like, "You're fucking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar."
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, Kareem's awesome.
that's very cool. Very cool. I love it.
You know who else is tall as shit? Eric Seidel.
He's a tall guy.
He is tall as
I
hell.
met.
Yeah, I got a picture with
Yeah,
him, and it
he's
looks
tall.
like I'm standing next to a redwood or some shit. Like,
Oh, that's funny. A redwood. Poor Isaac.
I'm so tired of these fucking tall people.
Nah. You see, look, when I met Negranu, right? I got a picture with Negranu. We're like head to head. So, yeah, it's okay.
We're canceling the tall people.
Nah, man, you can't. Basketball would be
I
shit if
know.
it
I
was a
know. I
bunch of
can't. I'm
short
just.
motherfuckers like me running around. You look like a
I'm
king
just making shit up.
basketball game or some shit. No, I'm good,
Could
yo.
you imagine a basketball game with a bunch of people like 5'7" running around?
Yeah. A bunch of chunky 5'7" motherfuckers running around, bumping into each other like bumper cars and shit. No.
It would be fun. It would be funny, but yeah, I get.
We'd have to lower the baskets for sure.
Oh yeah, I used to slam dunk in them 8 foot rims. Facts,
I love it.
facts. Yeah, but when it came to them regulation things, I'm still a good 3-point shooter. It's okay.
I love it.
I
Okay,
can dunk on 8
Brandon.
foot. Hell,
Brandon, you wanted to ask me about the Foxen versus Foxenhand. What about it?
yes. No, I just didn't know if you went over it
No, we did not
yesterday.
go over it. We did not go over it.
If you don't want to go over it, just I thought it was kind of funny. That's
No,
all.
go ahead. Bring it up. Tell us what everybody had, and we'll go over it.
I don't know what everybody had. I just I saw that they were in a hand together,
Right.
and uh, let's just Kristen won. So
She had
heads up
kings,
to her.
right? Kings. She had a king,
Um,
and he was chasing a straight, I think. Or
King Jack, and he had a straight draw. I
right, he
think.
was chasing a straight,
I don't know.
and
I watched it
she
once
didn't bet
last
the
night.
river, and people are questioning it. Well, there was a straight. There was
They
a
went
straight.
check.
Right.
Yeah, check on the river.
Right. And there was, stuff out there that could beat her. So I understand the check, but there are people questioning the checks, right? So, I mean, she just had a pair of
I
kings. So there
I
was,
mean, they're married and they play poker and they ended up on a table together.
I know that's
By the way,
right.
Kirsten
yeah
Foxton is gorgeous.
She is beautiful. But I'm going to tell you something.
would.
I have no knowledge of anything. But when I saw her on camera the other day, I wondered if she was pregnant. She kind of has that glow about her. So, anyway, that's my guess.
It's
Hey,
not.
good for them. Good for
I
them. The
hope they do.
baby's
It's
probably
not
gonna
mine.
come out with like poker cards in his hands or something. Like, cause they are something unique though. They are dope. I
Absolutely.
they are like Phil Locke and Jennifer Tilly to me
Yeah.
in this generation because they're both good.
Hell yeah.
You know, Alex. I mean, she's amazing. Like when I sat next to her, I was so intimidated because I've seen her whoop on Negranu.
She
Like
takes no prisoners.
yeah, she's a real good player. Like
Hell
honestly,
yeah.
she's one of the best
And
I've seen
this,
out here.
Hey,
yeah, this may be an unpopular opinion, but I think Foxen, Kristen Foxen is better than Jennifer Tilly.
different, different,
Yeah, different players.
different players. Jen
I know. I'm
focuses.
just saying
Jen is
overall.
a.
Again, unpopular opinion. I know.
It's not an unpopular opinion. It's not a fair opinion because Jen is a cash player. Kristen is a tournament player. So it's two different worlds. But anyway, welcome ACP. How are you?
Hey, how's everyone?
Good. How are you?
Chilling. How you doing, man?
Good, bro. Good, thanks. Good, Sherry. Just
Awesome.
get the week off, and I don't know what the hell to do with myself.
Oh, I bet
It's terrible.
I bet your wife could come up with a list.
Oh, she did. I'm actually painting the bathroom right now. I'm just taking in.
That's right.
I
That's
Oh
literally am.
Lord,
I just was running around the house. I'm out of breath, looking
I'm
for a
so.
vacuum to clean up all the dust from sanding.
I am so sorry,
That's
bro.
hilarious. That'll teach you to take a week before a holiday off.
Hey, but shout out to you for even being able to take on the task, bro. Other people hire people, so that's some real that's grown man shit right there.
Amen.
Yeah, I got a few of those I gotta do. I gotta fix a shower door, do this painting, and then I'm trying to think. I gotta check my list for real. There's actually a list.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. Believe me, I got
Right.
home, I created a list, so I get it. I have like 20 boxes here. I'm like, what the hell did I order and send back here when I was gone?
Yeah.
Spotted dick,
Probably. I don't
maybe.
even remember what I ordered, but I have like 20 boxes stacked here. And I'm like, oh shit, I guess it's for Christmas. That needs to be wrapped, but I got to open them first. Oh, God. Crazy.
HCP, if you ever needed any electrical advice, in my DMs.
Electrical, yeah. My brother-in-law's a electrician. He's commercial.
Nice.
Okay.
He does
Yeah.
a lot of huge projects. So they live in Georgia, but he comes back up to um, West Chicago suburbs for like 1 month, 2 month projects at a time, and then he'll be out for 2 months.
Nice. He actually
Yeah.
works as an electrician, Brandon. You should try that.
I work too. Just the least amount I can.
But
Share, you're fucking brutal sometimes. Yo,
I take no
anyway,
prisoners.
No, hey, she's not wrong. She's not wrong though.
I mean, hey, for whatever reason, I mean, you are skilled in as an electrician, though.
Yeah.
Dope. If I ever need some advice, I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah, I always give advice like I mean, I- you know, I'm not gonna come there and do it for you, but you know, send me a picture or something.
You see what I mean?
The best advice I can through a
My true
picture.
my statement is true. He's not going to come do it, even if you offer to pay him. But he'll tell
Oh,
you.
God.
I'm not gonna travel to fucking LA to do like put it in a receptacle. No, I'm not. I'm sorry.
I definitely outsource electric though, for the
I'm
record.
willing
That is
to.
the one thing I don't mess with. There's small things I'll do, like I'll change a light fixture, small projects like that, but mess with fuse boxes. But anything else, getting into like the ceiling for wiring, we did a couple outlet boxes behind TV or things like that. No way, I don't mess with all that.
Me neither, dude. I always call an electrician for that one.
Yeah, routing electrical is a whole other
Yeah,
thing.
buddy.
Yeah.
You know what happens on those type of projects. This is that I've learned over the years. Like I grew up with a blue collar. So we would literally. I built houses from framing to shingles, and it's when you're all in, and that's that's your job, or you're going to school for.
Right.
There's repetition. So what I didn't realize until I stepped away for like probably a decade, 15 years, was all the little things that go wrong. And that's what you start to fall out of touch, right? It's like if you can do something like flooring or tile and everything goes well, I can probably do it. But if something goes wrong and I got to figure out, and there's like next one's like 15 trips to Home Depot, I'm taking pictures, and that's when I rather just have a professional do it.
Right on. Yeah, I we don't mess. My husband has an electronical background, so he'll do more probably than the average Joe. But when it comes to big things with electricity, yeah, no, I definitely hire somebody.
I was gonna ask you guys about your Vegas trip real quick, but one more thing I came up for was I just want to make the short people feel better. There's
Thank
something
you,
I didn't
HCP. I
realize
appreciate it, brother.
until I was older, that there's no benefit of being tall,
Lies,
unless there's sports,
lies.
and if you're if you're married or in a relationship, you're not out there. It is harder, but there's no benefit. The benefits of being short are vast. Some of the biggest ones are like legroom on planes and cars and everything. Even if you're like in showers, it could be rooms. Just having uncles and cousins and friends that are like 6'3", 6'4", it's like they're just always cramped if they're not sitting first class, if they're in rooms even that are like 7 foot ceilings or something like that, they feel uncomfortable. So that's what I would say.
Those are
So
all lies. All lies. For the record,
The biggest
for the
benefit for
record,
me, the biggest benefit is
Brandon can't ride the roller coaster because he's not tall enough. And he can't reach stuff off the top shelf. Even I can reach stuff off the top shelf without getting a stool. And of course,
Yeah, but
And of course, sports. You know, tall people definitely have an advantage in sports. So go ahead, Brandon, stick up for
Oh
your
yeah. Oh
Vestal.
yeah, sure. Yes, 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 sure. That's what I was saying. Outside,
the
if you're not
biggest
an
benefit
athlete.
is Asian women love short white men. So
Well, there you,
bingo. Got
there.
Tall people also have an advantage to gain a position of power because people are stupid and think that tall people are natural born leaders.
There you go.
I don't want a position of power,
Well,
but okay.
hence why you don't work.
I don't want to. I'm very blessed that I have a job that I can go work for a couple months and have enough money to take 3 months off.
And then complain. But anyway, let's move on to something else.
Oh boy. By the way, shout out to Asian women loving us short
There
kings.
you go.
Yep. Saw your results, Sherry. Sorry about
Ugh.
the almost bubble. How did the rest of the trip go?
Oh my God.
How did you guys play?
I'm going to tell you, that tournament was so fun. I was so disappointed to have my kings run into pocket eights. Because that would have set me up for quite a nice finish to that tournament for sure. But because we were 12 away from the money. But yeah, I was disappointed. The rest of the trip was fabulous. We had so much fun. I was able to bink the lazy pineapple tournament, which I've never played that game before in my life, and that was fun. And then I binked a chop over at South Point. So, of course, that is always fun when you're winning, right? Um, and we got to do so, not only did we meet some fantastic friends, but we met some other ones for the first time in person. And that is always a delight. I don't care who you are. When you meet somebody from a space that you've talked to for the last 18 months and you finally meet them in person, it is so cool. Like it is just so cool to meet the people. Um, and I think I could say that for
Mm,
everybody.
mm,
Brandon.
except for Sean McCormick, he's a weasel.
But we had so much fun, and my good friend Curtis took great care of us. He drove us anywhere we wanted to go. He said, whatever you girls want to do, I'm in. And no matter what craziness we got into, he literally was in. And and a highlight for both of us was he took us on a helicopter ride, and that was over the strip, and it was amazing. I highly recommend it to everybody, especially if you go with your spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. Highly recommend you make the time to take them on that helicopter ride. It was amazing. So thank you for asking, ACP.
Was it at nighttime?
Yes. It was like 10
Nice.
o'clock at night. And what they do is um, they're right down near the Las Vegas sign. And so you take off from there and then they take you down the strip toward Fremont Street. They turn around at Fremont Street and come back. And it was so cool. Like I've been to Vegas a lot of times, and that is in the top three of my Vegas moments for sure. It was amazing. Very cool.
That is a big deal then. Out of all those trips, that was a highlight. Have you been to the Sphere?
I haven't yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's something. That's the one thing I want to do when I go.
What did you just say?
The
The
st-
Sphere.
The Sphere. Yeah, the Sphere.
Sphere. Okay. I thought you said the Sphere.
no, I think it was just a glitch in Twitterland. Um, I was actually looking at tickets to go see the Eagles because I absolutely love the Eagles. But the tickets were like between, I think they started at like 550 or something, and I'm just not willing to pay that much for a concert. I'm just not. I can't. If it would have been around 200, 250, probably, but um yeah.
I'm with you. I'm battling that right now. Actually, there's a Coldplay concert coming out
What are the
um,
ticket prices?
in Wisconsin. It's 5:15 right now.
Ridiculous. Excuse me,
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
I know. I've never paid that
You
much
know,
for a concert.
everybody is struggling right now. The economy sucks. We can't afford $500 concert tickets. I mean, come on. So anyway,
The
They
economy sucks.
they make $5 for a
By what
billion
metric?
plays on Spotify.
wait, say that again, Avi. They make
$5 for every billion plays they get on Spotify. Like they get no money for releasing music, like only from that. But I agree still.
yeah. It's so you know, I kind of in the back of my head of like, oh, I wonder if my kids will get me that ticket for Christmas, but they already checked off all the other stuff on my list, so I don't think that's happening. But maybe if I bink something, I could buy my own damn ticket. I just, it's hard for me. I can't. I got so many irons in the fire. I can't justify a $500 concert ticket.
Yeah, at least that's for the Sphere. This is just a concert in
Yeah.
Wisconsin. It's
Which,
not
yeah.
like-
Then you'll have to pay 50 or $100 for parking, and you're still in Wisconsin.
Yes, exactly.
Damn. From Wisconsin.
Well, I'm just making a little funny joke there, Brandon. You don't have to take it so seriously.
I know.
Compared
I'm
to the
not
Sphere,
serious. I'm
compared to
not
the
serious.
Sphere in Las Vegas, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not. Wisconsin has
It,
a really beautiful venue called Alpine Valley for outdoor concerts. That's a really cool spot. It's like a mini Red Rocks.
Do they still do
But
skiing there?
yeah, yeah, just went.
That was the very
Um,
first place I ever went skiing, and I think I was about maybe 13 or 14 years old, and our park district,
Jesus Christ, it was there in
and not
1950?
quite that far
Wow.
long ago, asshole. But anyway, our park district offered a trip, like it was like $50, and they took us up on a Greyhound bus, you know, like a that type of bus, a what do you call it, a coach bus, and we skied all day, and they brought us home. It was amazing. It was yeah, that's where I went skiing my first time. I don't think I've ever been to a concert. Let me think that. Did I ever go to a concert there?
It,
it's cool for
it's the,
Midwest. It's a nice spot. What's up?
Absolutely.
What's up?
I didn't realize you were that close. Have you ever been to Summerfest?
No, no, I refuse to go to Summerfest. Too crazy. Most then yeah, that one's those are always a bit too crazy for me. A little too wild. It's so no, not Summerfest. I haven't been to like a Lollapalooza or anything like that. I'd rather just go to
I
like
got you.
a
Because
show. Yeah, and then like the even like the Alpine Valley ones. I was pretty young when I would go, and it was cool because they had parking lot parties.
Hell yeah.
Like Fish, I think Fish played there. I didn't see them. I saw Dave Matthews. I- that was I don't know why they're hated so much, but anyways, yeah, I saw Dave Matthews a bunch of times
I'm
there.
going to tell you why
Yeah.
people don't
shout
like
out
them
to
because
Wash-
every song is 25 minutes long.
Yeah.
shout out to
No, it
Washington D.C. resident Dave Matthews.
it's all good. Yeah, there's some serious talent actually. I you know what? I didn't even know this. Like I like the music. I really didn't pay attention to the because I'm not a musician, so
Right.
I didn't know if the skill level was there. But I was watching this video popped up on my YouTube feed, and it was a guy that says, "I hate Dave Matthews" or something like that. And I was like, okay, let me click this thing. Maybe I'll learn why people hate Dave Matthews. And it turns out it was a musician and he's a guitar player and he hates Dave Matthews because it's so hard to emulate the way he strings a guitar.
Oh,
And
interesting.
so it actually turns out he's very talented, Dave
Now,
Matthews, from a
listen,
guitar player perspective. Yeah.
Dave Matthews and his entire band are very talented. It's just not my type of music. Now, Boyd Tinsley, I met him in person, is you know who that is, right? And my niece is named Tinsley after him because my niece loves Dave Matthews Band. But they all have their studio, and Dave has a home in what's it called in Boar's Head. Oh my God, my mind just went blank. But they all live not in Washington D.C., but in
That's where they're from.
Yeah, but they don't live there now.
Don't forget it.
Um,
Don't forget it.
hold on, let me look it up because now my I'm like, where the hell did we meet them at? It's in I want to say in Massachusetts. Anyway, carry on. I'm going to look it up because now I need to know where it's at.
ACP over or under 5'7".
Charlottesville, Virginia. They have that's where
Oh
they all
God.
live at, and Boyd Tinsley actually co-hosts the Boar's Head tennis tournament that used to be there. I don't know if they're still hosting it there or not. Pro tennis tournament, and always
At UVA,
no.
I'm
Well,
guessing.
they probably used that as backup courts. Some of it,
Oh, off
yeah.
campus.
But
Okay.
actually on the Boar's Head property, and they used to host the like players party, and Boyd would come, and he's such a neat guy. He spent a lot of time with the players and mentoring, and yeah, what a great guy. Matter of fact, we stayed with their sound man down in Florida. He invited us to come down so my daughter could play the tournament near his home in Florida. Um, the sound man, I'm not going to say his name, but anyway, so we stayed at his home for one of the tournaments as well, which was pretty cool. But anyway, here we are.
That's first name you haven't dropped.
Well, that's because he's the sound man. Didn't yeah. Anyway, there you go.
I'm kidding. You said Boar's Head,
Yeah.
like the meat.
Yep. Yes, sir. They were one of the sponsors
Nobody
for
on
the
the
tournament.
no. A lot of people on the West Coast don't know what Boar's Head is.
Oh, some of the best luncheon meat you'll ever eat and cheeses.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Highly recommend it for sure.
ACP didn't want to answer my question.
Oh, he might be listening to a Honey Do List right now. Avi, what are you playing? Dave Matthews Band?
Yeah, it's my favorite song of theirs, Two Step.
I'm trying to listen. Oh yeah, it's a good one, man. It's a really good one. It cut out though. Oh, there it is.
ACP is on the run.
You quench my mind and say, celebrate we will. Cause life is short but sweet for certain. We plan on to fly to the shore these days continue. Things we can find this celebration. Thanks, Avi. Very,
That was pretty good. Yeah,
very talented band.
My
yeah.
brother loves
I
the
didn't.
drummer.
That was the funny thing I was saying, Sherry. Like if music's subjective, so of course it makes sense. People are gonna like hate certain things or dislike certain things. But I just for some reason thought they weren't talented. I thought that was what the argument was. Um, all these years, but now that I've gotten older, paid attention to some of their just music capabilities is pretty impressive.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that when I was younger. It was just a
Sure.
party and then
Sure.
some pretty good music. But
Absolutely. Boyd Tinsley, yeah, he is one of the most talented horn players you'll ever see.
yeah, I gotta look him up now. I really didn't even know his name. But they also had that famous situation where they dumped shit from their tour bus all over Chicago
Oh,
Bridge.
yes, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
this is true story. So, but it's a quick one. We were on a we did a Chicago River tour. It's one of the best. If you're ever in Chicago, Chicago has a bad reputation. If a lot of people, if they haven't even been there, just assume the whole city
Yep.
is bad. But there's some really good parts, but like North Side and River North and all of that. But if you go to Chicago, take a boat tour
Absolutely.
on the river.
Absolutely.
It's such a beautiful way to see the city.
Absolutely.
And we took a tour with the guy, and he was the captain of the boat, and he was telling us about um, that he was there and got shit. The actual
Oh, he was.
felt on.
Oh no.
So that was an interesting perspective.
Oh, he actually got shit on.
The South Side is fun too. The South Side is
It
extremely
is
fun.
fun. That's where I'm from. Watch yourself, Brandon. Um, I
No, I love the South
all
Side,
right.
Shay. I love the
Behave
South Side.
yourself. I'm just saying.
North Siders are fucking rich pricks.
Oh, well, we're not going to say that because you know what? Every community has rich people and every community has poor people. So, that is just that's just not something I'm going to buy into, Brandon. And every
I
community
just
and
love the South Side.
every city has a good part, every city has a bad part. And thank God every city's good parts outweigh the bad parts. And that's not just Chicago or Atlanta or LA or New York. That's every city. So there we are. That's where I'm at with that.
I'm not sure about my city, but
Well, yours is just probably a shithole, but anyway.
the West Side's pretty
I think
fucking bad.
Sherry's talking about big cities.
I gotta be honest. I
Big cities.
gotta be honest.
Big cities. Big cities. You're right, ACP. We just can't.
Is Baltimore not a big city?
Well, that's not where you live currently, so I would have never thought you were talking about Baltimore. So there you go.
That's what I was
Well,
talking
we're
about.
not mind readers over here.
No, I live in a great place now.
Subjective, but it's okay. I'm glad you love it there.
I I love when these people say, "Oh, I wouldn't go to that neighborhood. It's bad." I'm like, bitch, please. I'm from Baltimore. There is no neighborhood here that I'm scared of at all
Well,
whatsoever.
and like I just said, every city has good neighborhoods and bad neighborhoods. That's just what it is. Everywhere. That one is, like that kills me when people say, "Well, I'm not going to Chicago because it's horrible there." Well, and you've never been there, right? No, I've never been there. Okay. I mean, yeah, Chicago has bad parts. Every city has bad parts. Duh.
That upsets me too. Like with San Francisco, you see all the news on the news, like people shit on the streets and whatnot. I mean, yes, but the city's
It
beautiful,
used to be very
and
beautiful.
that's a very small minority of the neighborhoods.
I think it's more about safety too sometimes, right? So, anyway,
You know, Baltimore doesn't even crack the top 25.
for what?
For
Of what?
population. It's smaller than Charlotte.
Really?
Is it really?
I would have never thought that because you hear it so much. Interesting.
Well, so because it's different there because there's Baltimore City or Baltimore County. Like the city is such a small if you look at the metro area, we probably have like 2.5 million people.
Interesting.
But in the city itself, like I would say 650, 700,000 ish.
Interesting. Gotta give a little shout out to the Jeffs in the goo today. The Jeff with one F and the Jeff with two Fs. Glad you guys are joining us. I see software. He must be busy working today. Kush and Tramp. Matt. Hope you're doing well overseas, Matt. Of course, Bathwater's been with us for a little bit of this ride this morning and afternoon.
Is Bathwater still from that one space you did with
Yeah, with Ash
Ash
Kardashian. It was the best. It was the best.
Well, he's
Oh
stuck.
yeah.
He's stuck to that one. Like, there's only going to be still a handful of people that know that. I guess. I happen to be in that one.
It
That
was
was funny.
amazing. Within less than 5 minutes, we had a troll account bathwater for buy-ins. I love it. Love it.
ACP, you gonna answer my question or what?
It's what 565,000 it says for Baltimore. Is that what you're saying?
Over, no, over under 5.7.
Five. What are you talking about?
I'm so confused.
You're talking about music? I don't even know what he's talking about.
Height.
Oh, you're asking my height? Oh, from the short group
I,
conversation.
no, I'm not asking you. I said
I'm
over
short,
or
but
under
I'm
5'7".
short, but short and just a little bit over that actually. So I'm pretty short, man. I'm at about 5'8",
All right.
5'7". Yeah.
So no.
Oh, you tower over Brandon if you're 5'8".
Yeah. No, I'm pretty short, man.
Fuck
It's
you.
always
Oh shit. I can't help myself.
Oh fucking! I hate you, Sharon. I'm gonna.
Oh, you know you love me.
I had to mute myself because I didn't want to get convicted of a crime with the words I was gonna say.
Doesn't matter. People make it up anyway, so
Right? Yeah, I know. Like people are fucking, and people are it's just dumb shit. Yeah.
juvenile. Juvenile. So ACP, are you staying home for Christmas? Going to see family? What are you doing at Christmas?
Christmas is so we're doing so our Christmas is basically Friday night, this Friday. So the
Okay.
20th we're gonna do Christmas Eve with my 5-year-old, and then she'll wake up Christmas morning, be the 21st, and then my wife and I are gonna hop on a cruise this Sunday, the 22nd. So we'll be there till the 29th, and we'll just do like the Christmas dinner on the cruise, and that's about it.
Nice. Where are you guys going on your cruise? Caribbean?
How much? We're so it's no exaggerations, the exact same one we did last year, the exact same time. So
Oh,
just Caribbean again, but I like the cruise line that we're doing because they have a private island, and so you stop there for 2 days. So
right,
it's not like the normal kind of hustle and bustle of a cruise where you have to ferry or do all that stuff to get to shore and go to excursions. So it's like 2 days in a row. You're you're at the island, and then
right.
just walk off the ship, and there's a little town area, shopping area. So yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah. But
Awesome.
otherwise, yeah, they cut out Belize, which I love Belize. The snorkeling and scuba diving is a beautiful, and they have a really nice area that you go to on some of the excursions to get delicious. I mean, some of the best fish I've ever had. It's a there's really beautiful spots, but they cut that out and then are doing 2 days on their private islands. That's why we decided to book it again. And it's a lot less
Nice.
planning, all that stuff. Just really
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sounds amazing. Very cool. And what's the weather going to be like?
So I'm banking on it the same as last year, so it'd be like mid 80s. That's
Nice.
yeah, and that time this time of year, that's my favorite weather. I mean, you've been probably all around like Mexico or
Right.
Bahamas, everything
Yep.
in the summer months. It's just I think it's unbearable actually. Like I rather
It's the humidity, right? Like I
yeah.
could take the 95, but then it's the 100%,
Mhm.
rainforest humidity. That's the killer.
Yeah, and the sun is so hot, being that
Yes.
close, yeah, to the equator. So yeah, so that's why I like this time of year for going down there. But what sucks is I wish Florida, like even the Keys, going south is still not warm enough for like to have some beach days. You can, I mean, you can
Uh,
go out on the beach, but it's like mid 70s.
yep. Yep.
So that's why we just jump on there, and you get that nice variety.
Nice. Well, that sounds amazing. Very cool.
Yeah. What about you?
Let's see. Of course, I just got home on Monday, so I'm hitting the ground running, so to speak. Um, we are going to have turkey dinner here on Thanksgiving, Jesus Christ, no, on Christmas Day. And then my daughter and her husband, and of course my grandbaby, are going to arrive the day after Christmas. So we will have all kind of stuff happening, between Christmas and New Year's, because I'm going to host a little get together, because several of my kids' friends have now had babies that none of us have met. So I think it's on the 28th. Is that the Saturday? whatever the Saturday after Christmas is, I put out an invitation to my kids' friends to come over with their babies so we can meet all the new babies. So we'll do a little party and football watching that day and just I don't know, whatever else we'll get into. Bowl games for sure. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I like all that family time.
Yes. And we'll play cards because we all love to play cards and games and trivia and so yeah, it'll be cool. Brandon, what are you doing for Christmas, New Year's?
I'm gonna experience a new Christmas.
With your girlfriend's family?
Vietnamese Christmas.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you're cutting out,
So
Brandon.
I don't know. Oh, can you hear me?
I can now. So tell us again what you're going to do.
No, I just experienced this new Vietnamese Christmas.
Awesome. Very cool.
So very new for me.
I love that. I can't wait until you come tell us all about it. Will that be on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or both?
I'm not going home, so both.
Very cool. Very.
They do like some religious shit, so I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not religious.
Can we just not say religious shit and be respectful of the people whose home you're going to spend
Well, I mean,
time in? Could you just say religious
okay,
stuff?
okay. They do some. I'm gonna participate in it
Awesome.
because of her, but it's all new to me. That's all.
Well, I love that. So good on you for doing something new and different. That's awesome.
What
And
what what religion?
Chris,
What religion is it that they're practicing?
Buddhist.
That's not a religion, dude.
It's not. I don't know. I'm not religious. I was baptized Catholic, but I've not practiced forever.
well, since we are celebrating Christ the King's birthday on
Sorry,
Christmas Day,
that was a bad joke. I'm sorry, Brandon. It is, dude, but it's not.
I was
Stop
waiting for you
calling
to
it
let the cat
stop
out of
calling
the
it
bag.
shit.
I was trying to stay quiet, ACP.
Stop calling it shit. That's all right. It's
Well,
actually
well,
I
I
my
just
wife's family is practice like that's it's a really big deal to that, man. It's actually it's very unique if you haven't experienced it. Um,
I
yeah,
haven't.
it's very unique. Lot of a lot of quiet time. Like so, I grew up Catholic, but I've done a lot of been to a lot of Buddhist temples now. My nephew's actually a monk. It's a really neat, uh, a different way of learning about just any little thing like spirituality with the way they think about it. It's really cool. Yeah, I'd say be open minded.
For sure.
I'm always open minded. I mean, my girlfriend doesn't practice, but her parents do. So,
And they'll call it.
and she even said like we have to go through this shit for Christmas. Like
Okay, stop
that's why I said
calling
shit.
it shit. It's so
All right.
disrespectful.
No,
Yeah,
it's not. That's
Christmas
what
is
she said to
celebrating
me.
God and it's a religion, religious holiday. So be respectful.
All right, Sherry. I I'm literally telling you what she told me, but okay. I'll let her know that you said that.
Well, because she says it doesn't mean you have to.
Does Brandon come up here to get lectured? Is this his goal?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I I guess so. Yeah, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you're
We're
even
here
saying
for
shit
it,
that
I mean, this
ACP.
is a little bit disrespectful at this point because that's
disrespectful.
exactly what she said to me.
I don't give a
No,
I don't
that's
usually give a shit
no.
what people
Listen,
say,
shut the
but
fuck up and listen.
even I want to tell you to shut the
Listen.
fuck up when you say like religious shit. And my God.
Like she told me we have to do this religious shit. She doesn't practice. She has to do it with her parents because it's her parents. That's why I said that. And then I have to get lectured by Sherry. I don't need to fucking. I really don't.
God is intervening. We
It's
can't.
extremely
It's
disrespectful
God's
to me.
intervening.
Like I don't.
There, ACP. God's intervening because we can't only hear every other word he's saying.
Yeah, because it's extremely disrespectful.
You're right. It is disrespectful when I ask you to stop saying it and you
I just
continue
fucking
to
said.
say it. You're right. It's very
I
disrespectful
just
when
said.
when I ask you to stop saying it and you keep saying it. You're absolutely right. It's very disrespectful.
I swear to God, like even like some of the biggest critics I've ever heard of religion don't call it religious shit. uh,
That's exactly what she said.
oh, Brandon.
I'm just repeating what she said.
But you don't have to repeat it. You know that, right? Like it's one thing. There,
So I can.
the
I can.
things you
I
say at
actually.
home with like your
ACP. I don't know if you
significant
know this or
other.
not. I can do whatever I want.
I just I just was hoping we'd
Like
move on, and you keep
neither of us
saying it,
believe
and
in
then
religion.
Sherry's gonna have to keep telling you to stop saying it. Oh, I give up. Right.
That's settled that.
Oh, okay. That was funny.
Hmm. What color are you painting the bathroom?
Oh, it's just this. It's this. Um, this house was a flip, and this one bathroom you can tell flooded years ago,
Right.
and so there's this there's this cut line where they had to cut off like 4 inches and down
Oh
to
yeah, yeah,
redo
yeah.
the baseboards, and then they didn't do a good job of caulking it and painting it. So it was like the one thing of the flip they didn't do. So basically, I'm just gonna sand it down and then put white primer and then put another um, uh, regular white paint coat over it.
Nice. Nice. It's one of those things that you see all the time. You're like, I got to get to that. I got to get to that. That line is bugging.
Exactly. Exactly.
And you finally are getting to it.
Yeah, it's you notice it too when you have like get-togethers. Like, so we just had Thanksgiving and we
Right.
had like all the family over, like 15 people. I was like, man, I wish I'd have just done that bathroom before.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And being a homeowner, those projects never end, do they?
No, it's not even so that's why we bought a flip this time. Buying buying uh new construction is always, there's a premium. So we looked around and there wasn't anything good. So we bought a flip because it was new roof, new windows, pretty much everything you can think of, down to air conditioner and HVAC. So we're feeling good about it. This air conditioner, without exaggeration, has failed so many times. It's already cost like 2K.
Oh,
Um, Little things like that. Then we had an unfortunate situation where some birds got um, into the attic and ripped up uh, the the fan. What do you call it? What's the material that runs from the fan outside for? But they got it there, ripped that up. So
oh,
we had leaks in the ceiling, leaks down. So we've had all these little issues. So it's like
yeah,
it eats into your equity. So
absolutely.
yeah, little things. Yeah.
Never ends. I mean, I did within like a 3-year period of time because my home was built in like 2000, or no, it was built, we moved in, so it was probably built in 1999 maybe. And so of course it's getting older, and so probably about 7 years ago, 8 years ago, we started updating stuff. So two new furnaces, two new air conditioning units, two, a new dishwasher, new stove, new hot water tank, a new roof, a new septic system, including the 300 yards or feet of drainage um, that comes off of it. And
Oh wow, that was probably the most expensive of all of them.
actually, the roof was.
Oh, roof. I didn't hear the roof.
Yeah,
Yes, roof. Yeah, roofs are not cheap.
yeah,
Yes.
the roof was. So, but you know what? Knock on wood. I had hit a big jackpot on a slot machine, and then I had binked some, like in 5 days time, I won at a, what is it called, Mississippi stud table, $14,000 in 5 days. First time I had ever played Mississippi stud. Between that and I binked $19,369 on a slot machine, all within, like, I don't know, it was probably a month of each other. So I was like, you know what? We're just going to update everything. I have the cash and we're just going to get it done. Well, and that's what I did with my winnings. So,
Oh, good for you.
yeah.
Yeah, we did the siding. We also did siding that was like 20K
Oh, yeah.
with
Yeah.
all the gutters. But the good news is the original. So that our house was built around the same time,
Right.
and it had aluminum siding,
All right.
and it had not been replaced. So there was a lot of hail damage from over the years.
Right.
So it's one of the siding companies stopped by and was looking at it, and he's like, "Is that from the recent hailstorm? We can get a claim going for you and take care of all the paperwork." And I was like, "No, unfortunately, that's who knows when that's from." And he's like, "All right, well, the next hailstorm, just give us a
Yeah.
call."
Yeah.
Then it was like within a week there was a hailstorm, and I don't know if that hailstorm caused a lot of dents or any dents. So, but
That's
I contacted the siding company, and they put the paperwork in, and within a week, everything was approved by insurance and didn't affect our premium. And then we
nice.
got brand new siding and gutters. Yeah, that was awesome.
Nice. And I kind of wish now that I would have done the gutters at the same time, but we just never thought about it. We had one leak in our roof that my husband kind of tarred and it took care of it. But, the roof was already, 20 years old or whatever. And so I was like, you know what? We're just going to do the new roof. And when I called the roofer, he said the same thing. Let me come look at when he came out. He's like, ma'am, you've got so much hail damage. He goes, wait for the next hailstorm. I'm like, okay, booked. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
and we did. We had the insurance people came out and they're like, oh my God, you guys probably should have done this a year ago. So anyway, um, yeah, we got that taken care of.
Yeah, the gutters. Yeah, that was a definite miss. Unless you don't have any issues, we had a lot of issues with the regular size gutters.
Oh yeah,
So
we
we
didn't have any issues.
Yeah, they would clog often, and then they were starting to. They're pitched, so the water was coming over the top sometimes.
Oh yeah,
So they
yeah,
put like 4-inch wide gutters on. It's like God, like the amount of stuff that comes down in a storm, it's unbelievable. It looks like a drainage system. There's like
nice.
thousands of leaves just coming down with the water just comes rushing down. It's actually pretty cool to watch.
Well, and it's interesting you say that because here in Georgia we have these useless pine trees. We don't have the pretty pine trees. We have these, like, I don't know, 50, 60. So I don't know I don't judge measurements very well, but they're like those 60-foot pine trees that only grow limbs on the very top, probably 5% of the tree, but they create the most amount of pine needles you'll ever see in your life.
Yeah, pine needles suck.
And so, of course, I have them on both sides of my house. And so, especially on the one side, because on the other side, the driveway is between the trees and the house. But on the side that the trees are closer to the house, those gutters are always getting clogged with pine needles. It's so annoying.
Oh yeah, even raking those heavy things
Oh, yeah.
are annoying. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I just mow it. I mow it now. I just mow if there's so instead of raking, I just mow everything. But the
Yeah.
pine needles are the only thing that I cannot get through with my mower.
Well, and we use them to do our flower beds. So, when it's the season and they're really falling off, then we just, rake them and put them in our flower beds and you have free mulch. But they're just,
Oh, pine needles
yeah.
can be used for that.
Oh, yeah. They're great for that. Hell yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Hell yeah. So it is,
I gotta
unless
tell
you're
my
the one
wife about
raking.
that right
Yeah.
now.
Unless you're the one raking them, then that's not so cool. But
Yeah, that's
when
fair.
it's
Yeah, and
done,
moving them around. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, once you're done, your flower beds look beautiful with them. But yeah, no, they make great flower bed.
Literally texting my wife right now that
Hell yeah.
um
People pay for flipping bales of that shit down
yeah, we
here.
buy a bunch of bags and I got to carry it around all over the yard,
Yeah,
and these pine
no.
needles are just
So
getting.
what my husband will do is pull his truck up to where we're raking, and he'll put them in the put a blue tarp down in the truck, and we'll put him on the blue tarp in the truck, and then he just takes it over to the flower bed and pulls the tarp into the flower bed and spreads out the pine needles.
Well, we're halfway there. We do that with the tarp already. So that's great. And then
Yeah,
then we usually just put it into the what do you call it? Uh the yard waste removal bin.
right. Here, let me
So it's
type in.
a lot of lifting.
I'm going to type in price of bales of pine needles. I'm just curious how much they charge these days because I haven't bought any since we moved here. Oh, this can't be right. No. Well, they're pulling up pine wood and pine shavings. No. How weird is that? Oh, you know why? Because I didn't do it on flipping Google. Hold on. That makes sense. I'm just curious how much it costs for pine needles in the bales. Just curious. So, Home Depot, a bale of pine straw is $5. And people literally will come through your subdivision with those big um, what do you call it? Um, Flatbeds, let's just call it that.
Pickup truck?
Yeah, but it has like the trailer or a flatbed trailer with just like hundreds of bales of pine straw. And they'll just go through
Uh,
the neighborhood selling you some. And then when you pay for them, that you're paying for them to spread them out in your flower beds too. That's a big business down here.
oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this was actually a really good tip.
Oh my God. Did you listen to this message that Brandon sent to me? I'm not going to listen to you criticize my girlfriend and what she said to me. It's extremely fucking disrespectful, and I really don't appreciate it. Fuck off, Brandon. Fuck off, dude. Like, honest to God, you're being disrespectful when I asked you not to say that kind of stuff. And you
You
just,
were just like, you were just nicely just say, just don't say religious shit. Like you
yeah,
weren't even like, you weren't lecturing him. I was just kidding about that. But
yeah. And
oh
I
well.
didn't say anything. Oh, Brandon, you twist shit around. It's unbelievable, Brandon. Honest to God, it's unbelievable, dude.
Yeah, I gotta run though, Sherry.
I
I
do too,
finished
dude.
my coffee. I
Appreciate
actually gotta. I will sit here and chat too long because I really don't fucking want to paint. But
I hear you.
I'm gonna turn on some music and get this
Hey,
over with.
if I
Have a
don't
good rest of
talk
your
to
day.
you before, Merry Christmas to you and your
Uh,
family. Enjoy
yeah,
that cruise. And thanks for joining me this morning.
of course, Sherry. Take care.
You
Bye.
too, bud. Kush and Software, thanks for joining me as well as everyone else. Have a great day. If you're on the felt, take it down. If not, go touch that grass, people. Thanks.